We're live, yes. It's time. Slammiversary's here. How exciting is this? This is, it's weird when you do videos like every day talking about an event coming up. Once the time comes that the event sneaks up on you, it's very exciting. I'm very excited for this show. I know I previously said here on the channel that, and it hasn't really changed my opinion on it, that there have been parts of the, sometimes, and I think the ratings reflect this, by the way, for Impact as well. There have been times that, and I think it's only fair that you compare this year's build to Slammiversary to last year's, and certainly there really was a lot of hype going into Slammiversary last year, wasn't there? A lot of excitement and a real hype around it, and not that hasn't been the case this year, because it has. I see a lot of comments. People are really excited. Hi, Vation's with us already. How you doing? He says, "Owen, what's up, brother? How you doing?" I'm all good. I'm excited about Slammiversary. I'm just excited about pro wrestling at the moment in general. I'm really excited because pro wrestling, there's light at the end of the tunnel. I'm hesitant to be one of those people go, oh, everything's over, all this kind of stuff. What I am excited about is that there's light at the end of the tunnel, and that was the case last night with SmackDown, with fans returning. That was the case on Wednesday night with Fyter Fest Night 1, which I thought was tremendous. That's the case tonight with Slammiversary, of course, tonight, and we are going to get into predictions, even though I did a predictions video. If you haven't checked it, we're going to go through predictions. You can let me know your predictions in the live chat as well. I'm very excited. I'm very, very excited because, as I mentioned, it feels like we've got our pro wrestling back. Tonight marks the first time that live fans are going to be on an Impact Wrestling broadcast since the beginning of the pandemic, around 16 months ago, March of 2020. So tonight marks the return of live fans. That's really exciting, isn't it? Not only is it going to be the return of live fans tonight, but then over the course of the next few days, Impact Wrestling are doing their post-Slammiversary tapings as well, which are going to have fans in attendance too. So this is very exciting. And tomorrow, of course, is Money in the Bank, which is going to be great as well. I mean, it was the case with WWE, and obviously we've got a bit of time before Slammiversary starts. Slammiversary goes on the air in about an hour. There's the live countdown to Slammiversary show that's just about to start on the Impact Wrestling YouTube channel, because there's going to be the Knockouts Tag Team title match during that show. So be ready for that one. We're going to discuss that here. But when it comes to, look, it was the case last night with SmackDown, and I know this is an Impact stream, but we'll touch on SmackDown briefly. Look, last night's show, if you'd have put that show in the either the Performance Center or the Thunderdome last night, I'm not sure if it would have been this amazing, tremendous show. It was more so the fact that that crowd last night was so great. And even though we've got, I mean, how many fans have we got tonight at Slammiversary? It's not a lot. I mean, is it like 60, something like that? It's not loads, but it's enough. It's enough to really generate that atmosphere, get people excited. I'm really excited. So, and there's a lot of teasers. There's what? Is it 3 mystery opponents tonight? Something like that. We've got, obviously, Diana Purrazzo has a mystery opponent. We've got the mixed tag team match. Mack Cardona's got a mystery partner. And, of course, TJP had to pull out of Slammiversary as well. So I don't know if they're doing a complete tag team replacement. I have seen something about that online. We won't talk about it here, though. I don't think it's fair to talk about spoilers this close to the show. I mean, when it's an hour away, we might as well just not talk about that. But there is something, I think, involving that as well. So there's a lot of mystery, a lot of surprises, a lot of rumors about people coming in. We've been talking about it for ages here on the channel. So it's great that we're finally at the event. Let's look in the live chat, because I can see all of your comments. Of course, super chats, as always, are open. You can contribute to the channel by clicking the $sign. Any donations or contributions are very much appreciated. It's the best way to support the channel, so you can do that there. Of course, if you are new to the channel, be sure to smash a like on this stream as well. Makes us go into people's recommendation feeds if they've never seen our videos or streams previously. And, of course, if you are new, be sure to subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. Right, let's look at the live chat. Graham Caldwell says, hello, Owen. Really looking forward to this pay-per-view. It's been a very good card that Impact have put together. I agree. It's a good card. It's an exciting card. Again, I think it's more there. It's almost more than the card. There's a couple of matches tonight I'm very excited to see. Of course, Ultimate X. I'm curious what the main event's going to look like. Whilst I wasn't huge on the Chris Sabin versus Moose match, I think they'll deliver. So there's lots of good matches on the card tonight. Ryan says UFC is on though. I saw that. I'm a UFC fan. I'm hardly a UFC aficionado. I know it's UFC Fight Night. I think it's Misha Tate is coming back. She's making her return tonight, isn't she? I knew that she'd retired. I didn't realize that was like 5 years ago. It makes me feel old. I really didn't realize it was that long ago. But that's true. In competition, that's part of the problem of having pay-per-views on a Saturday, isn't it? Hivation says, Brian is showing up on AEW Rampage or All Out. Who knows? Could show up tomorrow. You can let me know your thoughts about that in the live chat as we go through the show. Normal Guy, what a great name that is, says, I've been waiting all week for this. I think everyone has. Very excited. Darthor says, have they announced how many fans tonight? Hope it's like 100 or 150 people. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that one. I think initially it was a very limited number. It was something like 60, I think. But I did see over the course of the last week or so that they've essentially opened things up a little bit more. So I think more tickets did go on sale, VIP tickets. I don't know how many more. I don't know if that was 10, 15. Look, Skyway Studios isn't big anyway. If you can get 60, 70 people in there, that's more than zero, right? And that's the positive thing. As long as they don't, you know, this was a bit controversial, actually. I'm glad that you brought this up, Darthor, because it's a bit controversial. Because last night for SmackDown, that crowd was great. That crowd was a lot of fun last night. But people didn't like this when I mentioned this on Twitter, but it's true. It's very true, as Kurt Angle would say. Definitely last night on SmackDown, they were still sweetening that crowd. Absolutely. It was definitely... they definitely were sweetening that crowd. So it'll be interesting to see if Impact do that tonight. I don't think they need to. I really don't think they need to. Jason says, do we get a certain current women's champion who is also a doctor will be facing Deonna versus Britt Baker DMD? I mentioned that previously. I don't think that's completely off the cards. I think it's unlikely. I do think it's unlikely, in fairness. But, you know, Scott D'Amore did mention recently that he was cornered by Britt Baker when he was at Daly's place for Against All Odds, and she said, when am I going to be facing Deonna Purrazzo? I'd love to see it. I don't know if it will happen, though, but anything's possible. Dragonstorm says, my predictions on the free agent appearances. Yeah, you can put in your predictions as to who you think is going to show up tonight for Impact. Dragonstorm says, free agent appearances, Mickie James, Laurel Van Ness / Chelsea Green, the Iconics, and maybe Chris Hero. I think Chris Hero is going to Ring of Honor, to be honest with you, but hey, time will only tell. Von Ville says, who do you think will replace TJP? I have quite a good idea. I'm going to be honest with you as to who I think is going to replace TJP. I'll be completely honest with you there. I'm not going to say, just in case people haven't seen those reports, but I do have, I think, a pretty decent idea as to who is going to be replacing TJP. I think that's going to be... I think the person that's going to be replacing TJP is not going to be one person. It's going to be a tag team, I think. And I have a relatively good idea as to who that is. Hivation says he thinks it's going to be the former Kalisto taking his place. I don't know. I don't know if it would be him. That's not my prediction on that one, but time will only tell. Ryan says it's so hot, got the fan blasting. I tell you now, Ryan, it is really hot, really hot where I am tonight. I don't know if you can hear. I've actually turned the fan down a little bit because it just, you know, or you got to have some kind of quality right involved here. But it's hot. It's really hot. And where my studio is in my house is actually the loft. The attic, as you would say in America, is converted into like the studio, and man, it's hot. It gets very, very hot up here. up here. So the fan is blasting. We're in the middle of a heat wave over here in the UK. To be honest, though, I mean, this is why I always think that I'm so fortunate because, you know, parts of the US, I mean, they don't even get anywhere near, you know, we don't get anywhere near some of the temperatures they do in the US. I saw in Canada recently. I saw some horrible stories on the news about the heat wave in Canada. If you're Canadian and you're in the room, you know, my thoughts go out to you because I've seen there's a heat wave going on there. I'm a winter guy. Unfortunately, I'm a winter guy. I'm one of those guys that I don't do well in the heat. It makes me tired. I just sleep as opposed to go outside or anything like that. So it's hot. Yes, we have certainly got some summer heat going. Hivation says, I think Enzo is making his debut tonight. Well, that's been teased a little bit, hasn't it? I think you might be referring to W. Morrissey in that sense. I would prefer that not to be the case. I will be honest, I'm not the biggest Enzo fan in the world. I just don't think he's needed. I think W. Morrissey's great as he is, to be honest. You know, that is what that is. But, I mean, anything's possible. There's going to be a lot of surprises teased for tonight, aren't there? So, Normal Guy says Heath is probably coming back. that's a close one. That's a close one, to be honest. Maybe it depends how his recovery's going. I've seen that he's teased that on social media, that he's waiting to get back. He had surgery in March, serious surgery in March as well, which is crazy when you think about it, considering when Heath got injured. Heath got injured at Bound for Glory. That was in October, right? And it took him so long to get the surgery because essentially he had like 3 different hernias. He had to have essentially 3 different surgeries, and he needed to find a doctor, and it took him a while to find a doctor to do essentially all of those surgeries at once. He had a really extensive surgery. So instead of having 3 separate operations, he wanted to get it all done at once. It took him a while to find a doctor or surgeon that was willing to do that. So he had surgery later on. Now, obviously, that was March. I mean, how many months ago is that now? 4 months? I don't know what his recovery time is. Again, he's been on Twitter teasing coming back. What he would come back for, logic would suggest it would be to feud with Violent by Design, right? Right? So, well, time will tell. Time will tell. What else we got? Ryan says AEW in New York, 16,000. They've been doing great. Great ticket sales for AEW in New York for Grand Slam Dynamite. There's a lot of discussion about that, isn't there, at the moment with WWE and AEW outselling WWE and MSG, and WWE trying to, saturate the market there and booking MSG a couple of weeks earlier because they don't want AEW to succeed. There's a lot in that discussion, and if we get a bit of time tonight, we can talk about that. But I just think it's great for AEW. I think it's fantastic. That's their first stadium show. They're selling tickets like gangbusters. It's going great for them. WWE will sell out the Garden because they do, and the fact that AEW are doing great in New York as well, it's a win-win, and that's a really exciting show. I mean, Dynamite and AEW, they are on a roll. That show this past week on Wednesday night, Fyter Fest Night 1, I said it at the time, you will do well to find a better 2-hour wrestling broadcast than Fyter Fest Night 1 this week. It was just that good. I mean, the pacing of the show, the crowd, the matches, I mean, it was good. It was very, very good. And I'm not an AEW mark, one of those people like, oh, you're an AEW stan. I'm not. It was a good show. It was a very good show this week. So they're doing great. Vince says, hey, Owen and everyone in the room. Hey, how you doing, Vince? Thanks for joining us tonight. If you are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. Smash a like on the like button, as we're about 50 minutes away from Slammiversary going live on the air. There's the live countdown to Slammiversary that's currently airing on Impact Wrestling's YouTube channel. Once we get to the match that's scheduled for that show, which is the Knockouts Tag Team Championships, we'll talk about that then. Darth Thor says, get those snacks ready. I don't have any with me tonight. I just had which I don't recommend, but this is the problem when you're in the UK and you're covering pro wrestling. I've just had to have a cup of coffee at midnight. So I'm wired for the evening, so that's great. What else have we got? Kato says, I have a scenario. If Austin Aries return or Davey Richards return, would you like it? Do you want Davey to return? He did retire. Love the channel. Appreciate that, Kato. Appreciate everyone's support that's here with us right now and recent new subscribers. Appreciate that. As far as Austin Aries returning, I have no interest in seeing him return. He burnt bridges when he left Impact in 2018 because of his unprofessional behavior, let alone some of the stuff he's been saying in the past 16 months or so during the pandemic. Some of the things he's been saying on social media have just been outrageous. So I have no interest in seeing him return. David Richards is under contract to MLW. He said he wants to reunite with Eddie Edwards once again. I think that can happen in the future. Impact wants to do work with MLW, have a working relationship with MLW, so anything's possible. It would have to be inside of an Impact ring. I don't see Eddie Edwards going to MLW or anything like that. So I think that's Faster Bradley. I was waiting for you tonight. I was thinking, is he going to show up? It wouldn't be an Impact Wrestling watch-along live stream without you and without your attempt at making me say a dirty word. And it's never going to work. It's never going to work. But what I will say, Faster Bradley, since you're here, and I appreciate you joining us tonight, is in a non-wrestling little segment we can get into. Man United doing great business in the transfer market. Jadon Sancho looks like Rafael Varane. Not bad. I like that one. I do. Vonville says, do you think Steve Macklin will have an unscheduled match after his promo wanting better opponents? It's a possibility. It's a possibility. I mean, everything doesn't need to be announced for the show. He could have an unscheduled match that could lead to a former WWE star or a former Impact star returning as well. There have been lots of reports about people backstage today. There have been lots of reports about Impact being interested in certain talents. One thing we can discuss, because I know he's not going to show up tonight because legally he can't, and we're going to do a video, I think, about it. I thought about doing it today, but I just didn't want to talk about anything that wasn't Slammiversary today. I didn't really want to muddy that water, but we will talk about it probably either tomorrow, probably Monday actually, because tomorrow's very Money in the Bank heavy. Impact Wrestling are making a strong play for Buddy Murphy. That's been confirmed by Fightful, and I think PW Insider reported the same thing as well. Impact Wrestling are making a very strong play for Buddy Murphy. We did a video talking about this earlier this week. It was actually from a tweet that Gail Kim did about Buddy Murphy, and it spoke about, I think it was responding to Sean Ross Sapp, actually, who was posting a bit of an interview he did with Buddy Murphy, and it was saying about how during his time with WWE, just completely fallen out of love with wrestling, and you know he had his love of pro wrestling beaten out of him essentially through the bad creative in WWE. And Gail Kim essentially said, you know, you'll get it back. You'll get it back, being the love of pro wrestling. And subsequently, the report then came out basically saying that Impact really want Buddy Murphy badly. That's exciting for Impact. The only other thing is that I think a lot of people will as well. A lot of other people will want Buddy Murphy, so they'll have some strong competition, but who knows? Anything can happen there. Hyvation says, I heard rumors Velveteen Dream could be there too. Haven't heard that, and I have, again, I'm not a lot of interest in that one, to be honest. What else is there? Steve Macklin should feud with Ethan Page. Well, unfortunately, Ethan Page is in AEW. Ace Austin is better than you says, hi, just got on here. So the Knockouts tag title match has been put the pre-show. TJP has been removed from the match card, and then references a spoiler, which I'm not going to say. Andrew Pollard says, hi Owen, hey everyone. I'm so happy we're almost here. Slammiversary is finally here. Going to be a monster of a show. I agree, Andrew. Thank you for joining us. James House says, Sean Ross has said some people are backstage and have Patreon, can't see who. I have seen those same reports. We won't mention it here. We're going to go with a bit of a spoiler-free zone today. Ryan says, I was at Wembley last week. It was carnage, blood all over my face. Had to jump a few people to... Wow, gosh. I saw those... I'm assuming you're talking about tickets to the final. I saw obviously, the stuff on the news. That's it's crazy. That's crazy. Fast Bradley says, Tough 4 wasn't having any of it tonight. Too hot for trolling. It is incredibly hot. it's really hot. But we've always got time for it, Fast Bradley. Of course we do. Of course we do. Normal Guy says Alex Hammerstone should be coming to Impact. I mean, he would be great in Impact Wrestling, but he's under contract of MLW. Ace Austin is better than you says, I hope Daniel Bryan shows up tonight to help W. Morrissey, and then both of them start teaming and feuding with Eddie. I don't think that would happen in that scenario. I mean, anything can happen with Daniel Bryan, but the most likely scenario with him at the moment is a return to WWE. A lot's gone quiet about him. Of course, those reports came out this week basically saying that those within WWE have basically been told don't feature him on merchandise, don't feature him on promos, graphics, etc., which is an inclination that he is not with the company. Of course, he's not, but he's not going to re-sign either. He could go to AEW. He's spoken about wanting to do work with New Japan. Who knows? I think he's obviously assessing his options. There's no doubt about that. United look like they've completed a deal for. I mean, it's not bad. It's not bad. Faster Bradley. It's not bad. I appreciate the emojis at the end of it. James House says Murphy still has WWE in his Twitter handle. I mean, he'll change it eventually. There's no doubt about that. Hyvation says, I think Angelina Love could challenge Deonna Purrazzo. She's with Ring of Honor at the moment. Not that that changes anything, but she is under contract with Ring of Honor, so I don't know about that one, but we'll have to wait and see. But since we are flying through the live chat tonight, great to have everyone interacting and joining us tonight. We'll go through some match predictions very quickly. I'm sure the Knockouts Tag Team title match is going to start relatively soon on the Countdown to Slammiversary pre-show that's on Impact's YouTube channel. We'll go through the predictions quickly. So speaking of that first match, is for the Knockouts Tag Team Championship, as I mentioned before. It's the Knockouts Tag Team Champions, Fire and Flavor, defending against Rosemary and Havoc. I think Fire and Flavor win this one. I said before, and when I did the predictions video, I said at the time that I thought that we knew at the time this was going to be on the pre-show, but I said at the time I think this is the spot that if you're going to have the Iconics, or the Inspiration as they'll be known in their post-WWE careers, this is where I thought you would have them debut. I'm still going to go with, I think Impact could have the Iconics debut after this match on their YouTube channel to generate a bit of last-minute buzz to go and buy Slammiversary if they haven't already. That's my kind of thinking where they'll go here. So I'm going to say Fire and Flavor win. I see no reason why Havoc and Rosemary would win this match. I don't see any reason why they would at all. So I'm going to say that Fire and Flavor win, and then I'm going to say the Inspiration are the ones to come out after that one. So that's my prediction there. We have the mixed tag team match, which of course is Brian Myers teaming up with Tenille Dashwood to go up against Matt Cardona and a mystery tag team partner. Now, this mystery tag team partner, I mentioned this in the preview video, but it is true. It feels really obvious that it's going to be Chelsea Green, right? It's so obvious that it's going to be Chelsea Green, so obvious that it just might not be. You know, sometimes when it's like when you're watching a good murder mystery film or television series or a Netflix documentary or whatever, and it's so obvious that it's pushing you in this direction of it has to be Chelsea Green. It has to be, or Laurel Van Ness, whatever you want to call it. I mean, it has to be, right? Right? Maybe it's too obvious. I'm still going with that. It's going to be. It's going to be Laurel Van Ness, Chelsea Green, whatever they want to call her. I know she showed up at Ring of Honor last weekend. She hasn't signed a contract with them. Impact want to generate a working relationship with Ring of Honor, as they want to do with the NWA and MLW, in the same vein that they have one with AEW, New Japan Pro Wrestling. So that's not off the cards that Chelsea Green, Laurel Van Ness will show up tonight. I mean, what better person to fight off your ex-girlfriend than your current fiance, right? That just makes sense. That makes sense. So Chelsea Green, Laurel Van Ness. It might be someone else. I can't picture who that would be. I know that Chelsea Green is currently injured. She currently has a broken hand. Her hand's in a cast at the moment, but Bob Orton wore a cast for years. And, you know, who knows? Maybe she doesn't even have to be involved in the match so much. She can stand on the apron, hit Tenille Dashwood with the cast, and that's it. Get the pinfall. You know, there's ways around it, certainly. So logic to me would suggest it's got to be Laurel Van Ness. Surely it's got to be Laurel Van Ness, right? Right? I don't know. Ace Austin is better than you said. Maybe Taylor Wilde. That's a good point. I could certainly, whilst it's so obvious and they're so pushing us in the direction that it would be Laurel Van Ness, part of me does think that they're trying to be so blatantly obvious that it's her that it just might not be. Maybe that's just years of watching Vince Russo. I don't know. We have W. Morrissey versus Eddie Edwards. I don't see a reason why W. Morrissey wouldn't win this match. I get that it's Eddie Edwards. I get that he's Mr. Impact Wrestling. I get that he's the heart and soul of Impact, as they like to call him. But for me, look at the guys they've had W. Morrissey beat so far. You know, Willie Mack, Rich Swann, who was the Impact World Champion for a huge amount of time last year and earlier this year. They're putting a lot of heat on this guy. And I mentioned this in the predictions video as well. I wasn't totally sure what the end game was about all of that. For me, if you're having this guy go over some of the most established names on the roster, the end game is either one, he wins the World Championship, or two, he challenges for the World Championship in a major match. Whether that's the main event of Bound for Glory, don't think it is, because I think Omega retains tonight, and I think Omega faces Josh Alexander or Moose at Bound for Glory. The end game has to be that he's involved in a main event picture for the title. So I think this undefeated streak that he's on at the moment continues here. I think he beats Eddie Edwards in the same vein that he's beaten everyone else. I know some of the chat was earlier saying about Enzo showing up. I don't think they need it. Impact. I don't think W. Morrissey, to be honest, needs it. W. Morrissey, for all of the negative media attention he has received over his career, a lot of that he's put on himself and has been justified, by the way. There's no doubt the guy's money. WWE knew that. That's why WWE had him feud with Daniel Bryan just after Daniel Bryan returned from his retirement in 2018, because they knew he's money. If you can get the right amount of heat on him, and if you can get some momentum behind this guy, then there's no doubt he can be competing in main events. And I think Impact Wrestling realizes that. The biggest obstacle with W. Morrissey has always been himself. So the fact that he looks to be of sound mind, body, and soul is positive for Impact Wrestling, and they're putting him over in a big way. So I think W. Morrissey continues tonight. I think Morrissey wins here, and eventually he's going to be in a main event, and that's eventually when he'll lose. So I think that's the direction they go in there. We have the Impact Tag Team Championships here. Now, that does have Fallah still in it. He might not be in this match tonight. This is very kind of crazy. So you got the Tag Team Championships on the line. You got Violent by Design defending against Willie Mack and Rich Swann, the Good Brothers. And initially, it was Fallah and TJP. TJP's out. He is not competing tonight, and there has been rumors that either Fallah gets a new tag team partner or we just get a new tag team instead. I don't think Impact themselves have confirmed this as of right now. Again, there have been reports indicating names backstage as to who this could be, this tag team. I won't say who it will be because I do think that's probably who it is. Irrespective of all that, I still think Violent by Design retain. They haven't been the tag team champions for long. For me, you know, if you've watched the channel before when I've been speaking about the Good Brothers in Impact Wrestling recently, I'm stunned they're in this match. I really am. I think the only reason they're in this match is because they're the Good Brothers, and you've got to get them on the Slammiversary card because they're on two of the biggest contracts on the Impact Wrestling roster and they're two of the biggest stars. But if you look at their win-loss records in Impact Wrestling this year, they should be nowhere near the Impact Tag Team Championships. Nowhere near. I mean, they lost on consecutive pay-per-views since, what, March? Something like that. Sacrifice, they lost. Rebellion, they lost. Under Siege, they lost. Against All Odds, they lost. I mean, they just constant jobs. Constant jobs, right? So I really don't get why they're anywhere near the Tag Team Championships. I think it's just because they're the Good Brothers. It's interesting when it comes to Rich Swann and Willie Mack. I mean, again, this is a guy that was the Impact World Champion last year, unified the Impact and TNA World Heavyweight Championships, faced Kenny Omega at Impact Rebellion, and then has struggled for victories really ever since. Put over W. Morrissey. Now he's teaming with his best friend Willie Mack. Don't think they'll win tonight either. So I'm going to say that Violent by Design retains here. But look, anything's possible, especially with this other tag team that could come in. But I'm going to say that Violent by Design retain. Knockouts Championship on the line. It's another mystery opponent. Who is Deonna Purrazzo going to be defending the Knockouts Championship against? I said this before. I think it's Mickie James. Scott D'Amore teased a couple of names, didn't he, on Impact this week. He mentioned that they could be Iconic, referencing the Iconics. Again, I think they show up on the pre-show. Referenced it at Hot Mess being Laurel Van Ness. Again, I think she shows up in the mixed tag team match. Also reference Hardcore Country, and I think Mickie James is the one here. There has been some discussion. It could be Britt Baker. We mentioned this earlier. I mean, it could, but I think there might be bigger plans at play here. I know that I mentioned before that I think it's going to be Mickie James, and I thought Mickie James was going to win. A lot of you did point out, which is a really good point that I hadn't really considered, of course, is that Deonna Purrazzo is wrestling at Triple Mania in a title versus title match, which I expect her to win. So she almost can't lose tonight, which is interesting. There are two options for me. One is Mickie James. They've teased it a couple of times on Impact for, the last 5 or 6 weeks, going back to the trash bag reference of Trash Bag Gate by Fire and Flavor a couple of weeks ago. They've been doing the Impact in 60 episodes on Mickie James. Mickie James and Deonna Purrazzo themselves have been teasing it on social media. Obviously, Mickie James is the executive producer of the all-women's pay-per-view for the NWA Empower, which I think they'll want Deonna Purrazzo to be involved in. I think that's part of establishing this working relationship between the two companies and trying to remove some of that bad blood between the two promotions. So I think it's Mickie James. If it's not a person that's outside the company, and if it's not someone that's outside the company, it could be Su Yung. I'm not massively keen on that. I think that would be a bit of a letdown, and I think people would be a bit disappointed with that because, of course, last year at Bound for Glory, it was meant to be Deonna Purrazzo versus Kylie Ray. That didn't happen. We know why that didn't happen. That is what it is. So they had to pivot, and they pivoted to Su Yung versus Deonna Purrazzo. Obviously, Su Yung won. She won the Knockouts Championship. She dropped it a month later to Deonna Purrazzo. After that, she became Deonna Purrazzo's henchwoman with Kimberly, and they turned her into Susan, one of her alter egos. And since then, she's been Susan. Now, obviously, Deonna Purrazzo recently kicked Susan and Kimberly to the curb, and then the storyline on Impact has been about Kimberly trying to bring Su Yung back. And then it was revealed this past week on Impact that Susan knew about Su Yung all along. And maybe we see a situation at Slammiversary tonight where the mystery opponent is none other than Su Yung, and that's who it is. And Su Yung, I guess, loses? I don't know. I don't know. It's a difficult one to predict it. I think it's Mickie James or Su Yung. That's the one that I'm going with. But initially, I said it was going to be Mickie James because I thought that they build to a Knockouts Championship rematch at the Empower pay-per-view, which Deonna Purrazzo wins. The issue is, as people mentioned, is that Triple Mania match, which Impact have kind of booked themselves into a corner with because it's not much of a title versus title match if Deonna Purrazzo isn't the Knockouts champion at the time. So she has to win tonight unless she wins it back before Triple Mania, which is in the middle of August, something like that. So I don't know how this one will work out. It's an interesting one, no doubt about that. We have Moose versus Chris Sabin. Now, again, I was a bit critical of this match, not because I don't think it will be good. That's important to state. I wasn't critical of this match because I don't think it will be good. I think it will be very good. I think these are two excellent in-ring workers. I think the development and the improvement of Moose this year and over the course of, well, really over the pandemic, ever since he anointed himself as the TNA World Heavyweight Champion, it's been excellent. He's been very, very good. And Impact re-signing Moose is a big deal, a really big deal, considering that WWE were interested and they wanted to make an offer. The reason I was critical of this match is because Slammiversary is meant to be your biggest show of the year. I know Bound for Glory historically is, but for the last 2 years, it's been Slammiversary. And just something about this match doesn't feel like, oh, it's a big, big time match. They've done a good build, and the story goes back to Under Siege when Moose took out him and he pinned Chris Sabin by injuring the knee and all that kind of stuff. That's fine, but I just felt that coming off of an Impact World Championship match against Kenny Omega, and I think Moose is in the conversation of being the guy to defeat Kenny Omega for the Impact World Championship. I just felt that there could be a bigger match, but then I guess you can look at the roster and you can say, well, who else would he face? And that's a good question. That is a good question. I thought for a while they would pivot to a tag team match, and the Young Bucks, going back to December last year, spoke about wanting to do another match in Impact Wrestling, the former Generation Me. They wanted to do another match in Impact Wrestling, and they spoke about wanting to do a rematch against the Motor City Machine Guns. Now, obviously, that's not possible at the moment because Alex Shelley can't wrestle because of his commitments as a frontline care worker. That's why he hasn't been able to wrestle in 2021 at all. So I thought they would pivot, considering Moose was screwed out of the Impact World Championship by the Young Bucks against all odds. I thought they would pivot to having Moose and Chris Sabin, the two enemies, teaming up to face off against the Young Bucks. That's a Slammiversary match. That's a big match. That's a co-main event of the show. I thought they would go to that. That's still a possibility in the future. Maybe they've decided, look, we do the match at Slammiversary, we can then do the tag match at Bound for Glory. That's I guess, workable there. So that's something to consider. As far as who wins this one, I think Moose wins. I don't see a scenario where Chris Sabin wins this one. I think Moose wins, as he should. Coming off of that World Championship loss, you need to keep Moose strong because eventually he is going to be the World Champion. It's as simple as that. So I think Moose wins this one. We have Ultimate X tonight, the first Ultimate X match in over 2 years. It's Josh Alexander defending against Petey Williams, Rohit Raju, Chris Bay, Ace Austin, and Trey Miguel. I think most people assume this is probably going to be the match of the night, I would think. Some of the guys that are in this one, some of the things they're capable just in a normal match, let alone an Ultimate X match, we're going to see some absolute craziness, I think. I think we're going to see some absolute craziness tonight in this one. And, again, people like Trey Miguel, Ace Austin, Chris Bay, the stuff they can do anyway, let alone hanging from a cable and doing some of the crazy Ultimate X stuff. I mean, it's going to be insane. I think Josh Alexander wins. I don't see him dropping the X Division title anytime soon. The only reason I think Josh Alexander drops the X Division Championship eventually is because he trades it in. That being the Option C clause, I think that the main events for Bound for Glory should be, and it kind of gives a spoiler, if you ask, to what I think the outcome of the main event is. But I think the main event for Bound for Glory later this year in October should be Josh Alexander versus Kenny Omega for the Impact World Championship. And I think we get there by Josh Alexander saying, I'm going to trade in my X Division Championship for the World Championship, the Option C clause. Or they tweak it and maybe Josh Alexander plays up to Kenny Omega's ego and says, I know you're a bit of a bout collector. How about we do another title versus title match? How about we do Impact World Championship versus X Division Championship, winner take all? And then Kenny Omega goes, wow, I wouldn't mind having another bout to my collection, that being the X Division title as well. And that's where Kenny Omega drops the championship. I think that's the direction they go in. I would hope that's the direction they go in, that the main event of Bound for Glory's Omega versus Josh Alexander. So, of course, I think Josh Alexander retains here. I don't think he should drop the title anytime soon. I think he's excellent as the X Division champion. Some of the matches this guy's been having recently have just been incredible, whether it is against El Phantasmo, whether it's against TJP in that 60-minute Iron Man Classic. And I think tonight's going to be another classic as well. This guy is so impressive right now. He is just... I say the best title reigns are all about defenses. I mentioned this before. People sometimes look at title reigns based on length. And they say, oh, it's a great title reign. He was champion for nearly a year. And you go, well, how many times did he defend it? And what matches did he have? Was it just constant rematches? Were they bad matches? I think we're going to get to the end of Josh Alexander's X Division title reign and look back on it and say, some of the matches this guy had when he was X Division champion were incredible. Whether it is, again, El Phantasmo, whether it is Iron Man matches, whether it is Ultimate X matches, I think we're going to look at this and go, this is incredible. This is absolutely incredible. And I think it ends with Josh Alexander becoming the Impact World Champion. I truly do. I think he's that talented. I really, really do. So I'm going to say Josh Alexander retains it, but it's going to be, I have no doubt in my mind, it's match of the show. I think this is the one that's favourite to steal the show, and I wouldn't want to follow this, but it's not going to be the main event because the main event, of course, is for the Impact World Championship. It's no disqualification. It's Kenny Omega versus Sami Callihan. Again, I have been a bit critical of this one because, again, I struggle to look at this and I say, is this really, a Slammiversary worthy main event? I understand the story they're telling, that they want to have a real pure Impact Wrestling guy bring the championship back to Impact Wrestling. I think that's a good story to tell. For me, they kind of got the matches backwards. For me, Kenny Omega versus Moose, which happened at Against All Odds, that should have been the Slammiversary main event, and the main event for Against All Odds should have been Omega versus Callihan. I think that makes more sense. Callihan, he lost. He had his last title opportunity. When was it last year? It was some point last year. I want to say maybe like November time. I think maybe around November time against Rich Swann, and he lost. And I get that he's kind of playing up the role of maybe a bit of an anti-hero right now. I'm not the hero you want, but I'm the hero you need, and all this kind of stuff. I just struggle to see Sami Callihan as being the guy to beat Kenny Omega. Again, that spot is such a massive spot for me. That's the spot. Whoever beats Kenny Omega, whoever is the guy to dethrone him, that's a really big spot because Kenny Omega's one of the best wrestlers in the world today. So him putting you over is a real big deal. That is making someone. Impact should use this as an opportunity to make someone and say, this is going to be our guy. Not only is he going to be the world champion, but he's the guy we're going to build the company around in the main event position for the men's division. They're going to be the guy, and that's going to be the one to carry Impact Wrestling for the next 2 years. Is Sami Callihan that guy? No disrespect to him. I think he's great at what he does. I think he's an Impact guy. But as a guy to be, the standard bearer, the flag waver, whatever you want to call him, I just don't see Callihan in that spot. I think Callihan's Sami Callihan. For me, the guy that should be in that spot to beat Kenny Omega for the Impact World Championship is either Moose. He's just re-signed with the company for 2 years. I know that's a bit controversial, and that's, don't get me wrong, that's justified. Or Josh Alexander. To be honest, I think it would be Josh Alexander. If you can get him, I know his contract expires, in February next year. If you can get him to re-sign, for a couple of years, put the belt on Josh Alexander and ride the guy to the moon. I think he's that talented, and again, I pitched it earlier on. I think the main event of Bound for Glory should be Omega versus Alexander. Whether they go in that route, I don't know. But I think Omega retains tonight. It's a no disqualification match, which some people would say that allows Sami Callihan to defeat Kenny Omega. He can use weapons. He can do this. He can do that. I think it leads to shenanigans. Whether that's Don Callis, whether that's the Young Bucks. I think the Young Bucks could show up tonight. I'd love to see the Young Bucks back inside of the Impact Zone and Skyways Studios, Generation Me. I think that then sets up a match for the Young Bucks to have at Bound for Glory as well. So I think that's the outcome there. So I'm going to go with Omega to retain tonight. I know a lot of people are thinking, well, it's Slammiversary. This is the time that Omega drops the title. I disagree. I think Omega retains, and I think there's going to be a screwy finish, which I know people didn't like. People didn't like that at Against All Odds. There are a lot of unhappy people about that at Against All Odds, but I think that's the outcome. I think that Omega retains because I think the plan has always been for him to drop the title at Bound for Glory. The reason why I say that is because look, I think, again, given that they planned this out so much in advance, I think the plan always was the 6-man at Hard to Kill. the title versus title match at Rebellion, which Omega wins, does a couple of title defenses here and there because you have to as a champion, defends the title in the main event of Slammiversary. I don't think he drops the Impact World Championship whilst he's the AEW champion, because from an AEW point of view, that's not good business. They don't want to see their world champion doing jobs. No disrespect to Impact guys, but they don't want to see their world champion doing jobs to Impact guys whilst he's the AEW world champion. So when is Omega likely to drop the AEW World Championship? That would be at All Out. That's in September. That's likely to be against Hangman Page. The following month is Bound for Glory in October. Again, that then allows him to drop the Impact World Championship in the main event of Bound for Glory against Josh Alexander. To me, that timeline adds up. That's what I'm going with. I could be massively wrong. I could be massively wrong. I've been wrong before. So that's the predictions for tonight's show. We're, 20 minutes away. God, this first hour has just flown by, and we haven't even had a match yet. That's the excitement. So the countdown to Slammiversary is still ongoing on Impact Wrestling's YouTube channel. So we'll wait. Because I mean, surely they've got to have the match soon, right? Because the match on the show is the Knockouts Tag Team Championship match. Remember, if you are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner, smash a like on the like button as well. Super chats are open too. You can do that by clicking the $sign. Any donations and contributions to the channel are very much appreciated. It's the best way to support the channel for live streams like this, watch-alongs, and we are going to be doing a post-show reaction once Slammiversary goes off the air tonight. So we're in it for the long haul tonight. We're in it for the long haul tomorrow night as well, because we've got the Money in the Bank watch-along and post-show reaction stream as well. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Let's take a look at the comments. Ace Austin is better than you says, I don't want any AEW talent being any of the mystery stars. I want new Impact talent. That's fair enough. He also says Kalisto will probably show up and add himself to the Ultimate X match. Now, Kalisto, his obviously non-compete clause has expired. I've said before I could see him coming into Impact. Whether that's tonight or not, time will tell. Time will tell about that one. All Elite Satire says howdy. Thanks for joining us on the watch-along here tonight. Ace Austin is better than you also says it'd be cool if Eric Rowan and Braun Strowman debuted and started a team, having a new tag team without tag team name as Without Wyatt. Well, Eric Rowan, Eric Redbeard, whatever you want to call him, he can show up whenever he wants. I mean, he was released last year by WWE. The only pro wrestling appearance he made was at the Brody Lee tribute show for AEW in December. As far as Braun Strowman, he can't appear at the moment. He's still serving his 90-day non-compete clause. His clause comes up around the beginning of September, something like that. So he's not showing up tonight. Darth Thor says Sami lost to Tessa. No way he's beating Omega. Interesting. And Normal Guy says Alex Shelley maybe return. I don't know if we'll see Alex Shelley return. The reason why, again, because I don't know his situation, to be honest with you right now. I don't know his situation in terms of where, if he can work. Of course, the reason he had to stop working before was because of his duties as a frontline care worker. Let's do a quick subscriber check-in. So I didn't even know, usually for these shows, usually we do like a target to try and achieve. We recently hit 4,000 subscribers, by the way, which is amazing. I mean, I'm flabbergasted. Flabbergasted. Maybe I should act so shocked if it doesn't reflect well on myself, but I still just it baffles me. It really blows my mind that I've got 4,000 subscribers here and the growth we've had. So I really do. I know people say this kind of stuff, and I know they always say, "Oh, we really appreciate it," and you have no idea how much it means. But truly, it really does mean a lot. So I really do appreciate everyone that tunes in, everyone that watches the videos, everyone that subscribes and likes and interacts and drops comments on the channel and the video. I really do appreciate it. So currently we're sitting at 4,204 subscribers. So I don't know what target to set. I mean, I'm so pessimistic that I'll go 4,205. That's going to be our target. So we'll try and get one. We'll try and get one extra subscriber. Not that it's about that. It's just about enjoying pro wrestling and enjoying all forms of pro wrestling as well. I think that's really important as well. That sometimes you have channels out there, and I'm not knocking. I'm certainly not knocking. I don't want to start beef. Other channels, but I think it's important to cover all the bases when it comes to pro wrestling. Sometimes people just focus on WWE, or sometimes people just focus on AEW, and I think it's good to cover everything. The reason I say that is because especially. I mean, it's been going on for like 18 months since the Wednesday Night Wars and all that, but I've noticed it a lot over the last couple of weeks or so, especially with live fans returning. Like, social media at the moment is so tribalistic when it comes to pro wrestling. You're either a WWE stan, or you're an AEW mark, or you're an Impact loyalist. You know, and it's a bit like, can we not just like everything? I feel like that thing in Mean Girls. Can we not just get along? Oh, we're going live. We're going live for Slammiversary. Here we go. The first match is about to start. Oh, look at that crowd. Matt Striker's back as well. Matt Striker's back. D'Lo Brown's there. The Impact Zone is full. Slammiversary is just minutes away. It's great to see Matt Striker back as well. That place just looks so much better with fans, doesn't it? So much better. Oh, the lights have gone out. What is going on here? Oh, it's the Decay. I thought we were going to get a surprise already. That was going to go crazy. So the Knockouts Tag Team Championships are on the line. Here come the Decay. Great to have that crowd reaction back. How exciting is this? It's Rosemary and Havoc. Crazy Steve is there as well. Black Taurus is there as well. Darthor says, fans look great. I Faster Bradley says, let's go poop. I can say poop. You can maybe say poop. I mean, it's Slammiversary night. We're enjoying ourselves here. I Faster Bradley. But there it is. The crowds are back. Looks great. You know what's funny? I mean, because also obviously again, this is on YouTube, so you see the live chat underneath on the Impact YouTube channel, and again, you get some people there that they just don't get context. They're just completely ignoring context when they're saying SmackDown last night had 14,000 fans. Oh, they had 14,000 fans. There's only like 60 in the Impact Zone. Oh, yeah, because you can fit 14,000 people in there. Oh, yeah. That's how it works, isn't it? What a load of ridiculous. Out comes Fire and Flavor. Again, some of these comments are absolutely outrageous on Impact's YouTube channel. Someone saying, "Oh, more fans in the Thunderdome." Oh yeah, of course. Because again, that's how many fans you can fit in there. That's like going into your living room at home, having like 5 people in there, go, not many people in here. Oh yeah, because we're going to fit in 10,000 in there, aren't we? Load of idiots. And it doesn't matter. And if it's taught us anything, it's not the number there. It's the reaction. It's the atmosphere. And just again, this is what I was talking about with social media, because YouTube follows this. It covers this as well. People are desperate. They're desperate to be that guy. They're desperate to be that person. You're funny quips, aren't you? Oh, you're hilarious. I'm gonna poo poo. I said it again. Poop poop on a promotion. Just shut up. So the Knockouts tag titles are on the line. You can see the Ultimate X structure, by the way, hanging as well. And also, as well, to be honest, I mean, again, it's not... I mean, there's lots of different ways. Careful, I was going to say that. The size doesn't matter. Size doesn't matter. Do you like that iFast for Bradley? Clem Lopez says, "I hope that's a beer you're drinking." It is not. It is not. It's not. It's actually a bit of coffee. Yeah, that boring. So it's Havoc and Tasha Steele starting this one. They're embracing the crowd, Drinking in the atmosphere. Tash still trying to go for the Irish whip. That's not going to work on Havoc. Havoc, of course, got engaged to Sami Callihan recently. Of course, is in the main event. Exactly, iFaster Bradley. Only one person in the studio tonight. Well, lame. God, I thought it was going to be a sellout. In here. Oh, because we can fit 14,000 people in here. That's how it works, right? It's people, honestly. It's crazy. In comes Kiera Hogan. It'd be funny if someone started now that the fans are back. Oh, she just slapped Havoc in the face. It'd be funny if someone started a Sasha Banks chant in there tonight. I don't think she would react well to that one. Havoc just throwing Kiera Hogan into the corner. In comes Rosemary. Officer McDankins. What a great name that is. Says, anyone in particular you look for or are hoping debuts tonight? Good question. I would enjoy seeing the Iconics in. I'm a big fan of them. It's a good one. That's a good question. I don't know. I try not to put expectations too high with stuff like that. I think we've learned at this point, whether it's AEW, WWE, Impact, or whatever, if you put expectations too high, like Finn Balor's a great example. Finn Balor returned last night on SmackDown. I saw people getting angry about that. Saying, "Oh, Finn Balor was the only surprise. I wanted more." Again, we wanted to see Sasha Banks. We wanted to see John Cena last night. We want to see this and that. That was never confirmed. That was again. That's their expectations ruining that. You know. It's just it's silly. Rosemary enjoying the crowd here. Oh, Tasha Steelz. Oof. Howard Rosemary then. A baseball slide by Kiera Hogan. What we'll say is that the crowd is really close to the ring, isn't it? There's not a lot of space between the outside of the ring and the guardrail. Again, it's a small space. It's a small space at Skyways Studios. Darth Orr says, Olympics are going to be so bad without fans. Glad they're trying to be safe, but still... I mean, to be honest, I'm going forward anyway. To be honest with you, Darth Orr, because that whole situation when it comes to the Olympics, I mean, it's a state of emergency during the Olympics right now, isn't it? I mean, in Japan right now. So the fact that they're still going forward with it, it's crazy. Tasha Steelz talking some smack to Rosemary in the corner, lays in a couple of chops as well. iFaster with Bradley says, when's your next appearance on the United Stand? The attendance in Mark's studio is very poor. Also, a swear word. I don't know. I don't know. If they want me to do more stuff, then I'm happy to do it. Obviously, there's a lot of stuff going on here, and just and some other projects out at the moment. So time is a bit of a issue at the moment. I know that they've been super busy. I know they've got a lot of new people in as well. So obviously Flex is doing his own thing now, which is great for him. United View, if you enjoy that kind of stuff. Flex and KG, they brought the Flex and KG show to United View. They do great stuff there, and I know they're going to be traveling to all the games too. So I mean, you never know where I'm going to pop up in the future. I mean, I still hope to do football stuff, because obviously football is a passion. Whether that's with the United Stand, whether that's United View, whether that's me coming up with my own football channel or something like that. There's lots of different things to consider, and I can't really say too much about it, but there's quite a few things on the horizon when it comes to that. So that's I know that's such a BS answer. I apologize. I apologize. Oh, reverse elbow by Rosemary there. Full mount and just square punches to the face of Kiera Hogan by Rosemary. Tag into Tasha Steelz. Big elbow drop to the back of Rosemary. Officer McDankins says, I'm actually going to their first live taping tomorrow afternoon, so I'm hoping for some good big stuff happening tonight. How exciting is that? I am envious. I am jealous. That's why I'm so jealous about being not based in the United States or stuff like that. Like, I'd love to be in a state or in a town in the United States that I knew that like WWE and AEW a couple of times a year. They would be in my state. You can go watch them. That just doesn't happen. I mean, you have the European tours over here in the UK, but I mean, if you don't go to a TV taping, just going to a live event, it's all right. I mean, but I mean now, I mean, where I live at the moment in the UK, I mean, I don't even know where the nearest live event would be. I'm so rural at this point. So, but I'm very that's very exciting. Officer McDankins cover. Oof, kicks out to Rosemary. That was close. But yeah, very exciting. You can be the source. You can be the source, Officer McDankins. You can let us know what happens. Well, I had this discussion recently on the channel talking about what do we do when it comes to spoilers now. We haven't had to deal with that for a long time, but I guess we have to report them, but we have to be a bit of a spoiler warning, right? Oh, pair of kicks to the face. Tasha Steelz and Rosemary just kicked each other in the face. That was nasty. And both are going to try and go for a hot tag. In comes Havoc. No tag by Tasha Steelz. Oh, big knee to the face. Havoc. Oh, bang. Kick right to the face in the corner on Tasha Steelz. That was nasty. iFaster Bradley says, you heard it here first, folks. Testicles view with Owen and Ounce. I mean, Bradley, nobody wanting that. Nobody's wanting that. You'll be the first guy. Why? Why? Kira Hogan's in the ring. She's going to go. Oh, bang. Big drop kick to the face of Havoc. That was nice in the corner. Kira Hogan with a basement drop kick to, I think, Rosemary on the outside. It looks like Kira Hogan and Havoc, I guess, are the legal competitors so far in this match. Oh, big splash to the outside by Tasha Steelz. Escalera splash to the outside. I think she just landed on Rosemary's head. Crazy Steve was certainly looking after Rosemary there. A holy SHIT chant from the crowd too. I think Rosemary's... I don't know. There might be an injury to Rosemary here. She was certainly talking a lot with Crazy Steve. Again, it looked like Tasha Steelz landed straight on her head. I think she's... Oh, no, Rosemary's back in the ring. That's okay. I was a bit confused as to what was going on there. Rosemary seems to be all right. Oh, Kira Hogan, she's in a bad place right now. Havoc's behind her. Rosemary's just screaming at her. Oh, goes for a super kick. Oh, missed. Ducks a kick from Havoc. Oh, Havoc, she's going to go for a tombstone. Tombstone. Tombstone by Havoc. Could be it on 2, 3. Oh, my gosh. New tag team champions. That came out of nowhere. Whoa. Well, I didn't see that one coming. I said I didn't see any reason why the title reign should end. So what, of course, happens? They ended it. We got new tag team champions. Havoc and Rosemary are the new Knockouts tag team champions. Didn't see that one coming. That was a surprise. The finish seemingly came out of nowhere as well. They were just going for a spot, and it was just bang, tombstone victory. Wow. Very surprising there. New Knockouts tag team champions. They're going for a complete reset tonight, Impact Wrestling. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I think they should have probably stuck with Fire and Flavor as the tag team champions, but we got new tag team champions. Wow. What a way to start this off, though. New Knockouts tag team champions, and the show hasn't even started yet. It's the pre-show. So we are, what, about 3 minutes away from Slammiversary going on the air. So Matt Striker and D'Lo Brown are about to run down the card. I mean, it was a good match, a very exciting match. What's going on right now? So they're going to run down the card. D'Lo Brown looks absolutely baffled as to what match is going to be. He's looking at his format. He's flipping through. He's going, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. Ugh. I think they thought graphics were going to appear, but graphics aren't appearing. Darth Thor says, good match to start the night. Or we might get some graphics on the screen. No, we do have some graphics on the screen. Officer McDanking says, there are only about 3 hours from my home, but COVID kept them close to live fans. I'll try to find a way to let you know without spoiling it too much for the fans that want to watch it. Well, I appreciate that, Officer McDankins. Clem Lopez says, good match. It was a good match. I think the crowd helps. The crowd really does help, doesn't it? But already, the show hasn't even started, and already we have new Knockouts Tag Team Champions. My, oh my. So they're hyping up the card at the moment. Talking about the Ultimate X match. That's going to be taking place during the show. Ace Austin is better than you. Says, sorry I left to eat dinner, but I'm back now. Well, I appreciate that, Ace Austin. Not the Ace Austin, by the way. He's in the Ultimate X match tonight. So it looks like it's not going to be a mystery tag team for Fallah Bahh. They're saying that Fallah Bahh is going to have a mystery tag team partner, which I've seen some people say they think is going to be Kalisto. That would be interesting. And then, of course, they're hyping up the main event. No disqualification. Kenny Omega versus Sami Callihan. Very exciting. Very exciting. So we are about 60 seconds away from Slammiversary going live on the air on FITE TV. Let's just hope, right? Let's fingers crossed, because FITE TV can be, I mean, incredibly temperamental, it must be said. So I'm hoping that people excited to watch Slammiversary doesn't crash FITE TV, because again, it's got history in terms of crashing. I remember, actually, it's actually, I guess, a bit momentous for me. Not everything's about me, but here we go. The first watch-along I did on the channel, live watch-along, was Slammiversary last year, Slammiversary 2020. So whilst it's not really an anniversary of starting the channel or anything like that, it's an anniversary of the first watch-along I ever did on this channel. It was Slammiversary last year. And now, a year later, we've got another watch-along, and it's Slammiversary 2021. And I think at the time, I didn't even know if I had 1,000. I didn't think I had 1,000 subscribers at the time. So a year later, the fact that we're on the road to 5,000 is nuts. To be honest with you, it's absolutely crazy. Exciting though, and like I said before, I know it's cliche. I'll just ruin that as well. It's good. The magic, nearly ruined the magic. I know it's crazy it's cliche rather to say it, but I really do appreciate everyone that interacts with the channel and all that kind of stuff. It's very much appreciated. So Slammiversary is just about to start. We've got the whole that screen. That's at the beginning of a pay-per-view when they say, you know, if you illegally stream this, FBI. Oh, remember those? I don't know if this is like exclusive to like the UK, but you remember it used to be when you rented out a DVD from like Blockbuster back in the day, and then you got that really cool like video that kind of said like, oh, you wouldn't steal a car, and you wouldn't steal a credit card, and you wouldn't steal this, so why would you steal a movie? And it was to like really cool music. So all that kind of reminds me of. That's the tangent we're going on tonight, as the cold open for Slammiversary is beginning right now. Oh, they've even got the voiceover. They've even got the voiceover of, I can't remember his name. It was the guy that used to do all of the like Impact Wrestling Cross the Line voiceovers. He passed away last year. What was his name? But they've got him. They've got an old voiceover by him as well. That's great. So we're seeing, of course, it being Slammiversary, we're seeing clips from Impact's past. Eli Skipper with his Frankensteiner off the cage. Frankie Kazarian hitting a leg drop during Ultimate X. All that kind of great stuff. Remember, if you are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. Smash a like on the like button as well. Super chats are open. You can contribute to the channel by clicking the $sign. It's very much appreciated. We will be going live with a post-show reaction stream as well once Slammiversary is off the air. But that's in about 3 hours' time, because Slammiversary is just starting right now. As the cold open is talking all about Sami Callihan, who of course is in the main event. There's other images that include Sting, Christian Cage, when Kurt Angle made his debut, headbutting Samoa Joe. What a moment that was. Got Jeff Jarrett on there, TNA founder. Maybe he will show up tonight. I don't think he's with WWE anymore. Of course, he's doing his podcast, My World, which is very good, by the way. I would certainly recommend to go listen to it. It's very good. Especially if you're an Impact fan, Jeff Jarrett's podcast is good. That's a crazy shot, isn't it? That's a crazy shot of Sami Callihan talking in a mirror. The image in the mirror is him completely bleeding and his hair all crazed up. And then they flip it around. That's a pretty cool visual, isn't it? It's a cool visual. I hope he didn't actually legitimately, gaff himself for that, because it's a bit much. I hope it's just, fake blood or anything stupid like that. There's Kenny Omega. What's he wearing? Kenny Omega's wearing a suit that Seth Rollins would be proud of. Don Callis, what is he wearing as well? He's wearing a hat and a scarf. It's in July, by the way. Why he's wearing a scarf, I have no idea. Sami Callihan entered through the fans. That's a pretty cool visual. He's got his baseball bat with him. But they're panning around inside the Impact Zone. We've got crowds there. It's great. Obviously, Matt Striker's back on commentary, which is awesome. He missed a couple of the TV tapings due to some issues at home he had to attend to. He's back. I just saw Sean Ross Sapp in the crowd. Sean Ross Sapp's in the crowd. I saw that. Oh, so we're starting off hot. The first match on the show is none other than the Ultimate X match. Wow, wow, wow. Trey Miguel's out first. And the Ultimate X match to start things off. I mean, it's nearly the 20th anniversary for this event, for Impact Wrestling, of course, 2002. Next year will be 20 years. 19 years ago, Impact Wrestling was founded. But Trey Miguel's out. He's all fired up. He's all jacked up. This is we're going to see some absolute craziness in this one. It's got to be said. Trey Miguel's fired up. He's all jacked up. See the crowd. Big backflip in the ring. So who's out next? It's Ace Austin. Must be said, Ace Austin's getting like 0 crowd reaction. I thought he would get better reaction to that, better pop. It's certainly interesting as well. Now we're going back to having fans back. That we're going to see who's over. We're going to see who's over. Obviously, with WWE and AEW, it's easier to tell who's over because of social media. It's back to seeing who's over with the crowd inside the Impact Zone. It's interesting they're starting the show off with this one because, again, I think this is very likely to be the match of the show. I mean, the best match on the show. So following this is not going to be easy, to say the least, which is going to be fascinating to see. Ace Austin with the heart glasses, which is a tribute to Shawn Michaels. Here comes Petey Williams. Pete Williams get a pop. Pete Williams got a better pop than Ace Austin. I can't imagine how hot that is, by the way, in the Impact Zone. I mean, I don't know how hot Nashville is in this time of year. I mean, it's boiling here in the UK, let alone in Nashville, Tennessee. I bet it's outrageously hot inside that Impact Zone tonight, especially with fans. I mean, some of those, some of the, Jim Crockett shows in like the 90s, and they were like relatively larger arenas. They were boiling hot. Same with ECW and the Bingo Halls. I reckon it's outrageously warm inside the Impact Zone tonight. They better have those fans going. Here comes Rohit Raju, the next guy out. Another interesting one that Rohit didn't get a massive reaction either, which is interesting. He's got a bit of a Rohit chant going. I Faster Bradley says, Owen pretending he isn't laughing at my chats. Listen, mate, you said poop and testicles tonight. I'm winning, brother. I mean, you act like I won't say poop and testicles. I'll say those words. I'll say those words. I'll say any words. It's just the words I'm not allowed to say on YouTube. Officer McDanking said the humidity is freaking atrocious. I bet it is. I mean, you can let us know as well tomorrow, I guess, when you go to the tapings tomorrow, how that humidity is like inside the impact zone, because I reckon it's boiling. A great pop for Chris Bahh. Chris Bahh's over inside the impact zone. I'm a big Chris Bahh fan. He's excellent. He's excellent. Ace Austin is better than you, says Rohit is a heel as well. Well, obviously, a pop doesn't necessarily have to be a cheer. It can be a boo as well. It can be a reaction. I was surprised with Ace Austin that he just didn't get a big reaction. I'm a huge Ace Austin fan. I think he's a future world champion. I thought he would get a bigger reaction to that. Chris Bahh's a heel. He's getting a reaction. Be interested to see what the pop Josh Alexander gets. Speaking of the champion, here he comes. There he is, Josh Alexander. No title, of course, because the title's already suspended above the ring. In comes the walking weapon. Crowd are already chanting walking weapon for Josh Alexander. Not surprised. The guy's, I think he could be Impact Champion by the end of the year. He's that great. Darth Thor says, no room to jump off the post like Kaz did back in the day, I know. But there is certainly, it's a smaller space, which is going to be difficult for them to work in. It's a small space, and there's a lot of guys involved in this one. But the bell rings, and here we go. The match is underway. So it's going to be, these matches can quickly turn into a cluster as well, so you have to be careful. Chris Bahh's already scaling the platform here. Well, Chris Bahh, he's already climbing. And Petey Williams is saying, no. Chris Bahh trying to climb back. He's already caught off. I'm not sure what he's planning on doing. Oh, it gets pulled down. And now he's getting forearms and right hands from Petey Williams, Josh Alexander, and Trey Miguel. I suppose something they have to be careful with, Impact, because remember this happened before in one of the earlier Ultimate X matches. They had the X Division Championship hung above the ring, and they just used, the straps to hold it up there, and it kept falling down. It was a mess basically. So they got to be careful with. Oh my God, Josh Alexander just nearly broke Ace Austin's neck. Oh my God, German suplex, high and tight, landed right on the back of his head. That was nasty. Rohit's now going to try and... Rohit can't reach. You've got to jump, mate. Rohit's on the top rope. Crowd are chanting jump. You've got to do it. He jumps and he misses. Now he's not happy, and he just gets a big boot to the face for his efforts, as you deserve. Chris Bahh's back in, though. Josh Alexander, he's going to drop him on his head. Oh, my goodness. He lands on his feet there, Chris Bahh. Chris Bahh's so smooth. It's unbelievable. Just the whole motion is so fluid. Great leapfrog, duck under, going to go for a beautiful drop kick. Didn't get it exactly. Just kind of missed his head slightly. Did Chris Bahh. Goes for a reverse roll up. Oh my goodness. Chris Bahh just jumped over the top rope and landed on his feet. That was outrageous. Oh my God. Oh, Petey Williams. Beautiful float over Hurricane Run on the outside of the ring. Crowd are chanting Petey. Ace Austin. There we go. What's he doing? Oh, super kick to the face. Oh, it just lands on his feet. Ace Austin's unbelievable. He's so athletic. Does that one-armed handstand on the apron. Oh, they went for a dive. Oh, it was a DDT, but the camera missed it. Oh, I think it was a power slide DDT, but the camera missed it. Oh. Oh, Ace Austin's now going to climb the cables. They missed the spot. I can't believe it. Rohit and Ace Austin are now climbing up the structure. iFaster Bradley says, forget all the trolling. Big respect for what you do. You can really commentate. Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. It's Oh, my goodness. Ace Austin was just pushed off the Ultimate X structure into a moonsault onto everyone at ringside. My goodness. Bradley says you should do a series of commentating on people crossing the road. You would even make that interesting. Wow, I don't know about that. What's Rohit got? What is that? Is that rope? I think it's rope. Rohit's got some rope. I think he's going to try and... What's he trying to do? You can see this when Ace Austin turned that into a moonsault. That was incredible. Oh, he's trying to throw it. Can he do it? Oh, it's not going well for Rohit. He's got a bit of rope that he's trying to float over. Oh, he's done it. He did it. He's got it. Now he's trying to climb. He's got a rope. He couldn't get it over the Olmec structure. Now he's climbing the rope. Oh, he's going back to gym class. He's flying up the rope. That was good, but he couldn't get the spot there for a while. It's impressive. A right hand by Petey Williams. Rohit's not going to do it. And the rope is gone. The rope is over. The rope spot's over. It wasn't a bad spot. Beautiful tilt-a-whirl. Head scissors into a side Russian leg sweep. Beautiful. I thought he was going to go for a pinfall attempt there. Oh, nice. By Petey Williams. Vince Burr says, I think this match has 4 future Impact Heavyweight Champions. Alexander, Bahh, Trey, and Ace Austin. I'd agree with you there, Vince. James House says, Tony Khan and Vince are in the fight chat. I'm not surprised. Chris Bahh, here we go. He's scaling the Ultimate X structure once again. To be honest, they make it look easy, but the strength required is unbelievable. Miguel is now up on the Ultimate X cables as well. Oof. So Bahh and Trey are just hanging there. Oh, didn't work out. Oh my goodness, what the hell was that? That was nasty. So Trey Miguel was hanging. He tried to go for a Frankensteiner on Rohit Raju. I think the intention was for a Frankensteiner into a spear. I think the intention was Trey was going to hit a Frankensteiner on Rohit, which was going to be turned into a spear. Rohit was going to spear Chris Bahh off the structure. Didn't work out that way, since Trey Miguel kind of just fell down. Rohit hit the spear anyway on Bahh, but the spot didn't go as they wanted it to. Trey Miguel's ascending once again. I think he's got some Miles Morales Spider-Man inspired gear on tonight, which looks pretty badass, I must say. Petey Williams, a series of right hands on Trey. Ace Austin is now climbing back into the ring. Josh Alexander's also in there as well. Certainly have been a couple of botches so far in this match. Oh, we're gonna get a Tower of Doom, it looks like. What's Rohit got now? What is that? Has he got a hook? It's like he's at the fair. It's like he's got a hook a duck. That wasn't a bad spot. Oh, he's still using the hook. Oh, hook to the gut of Ace Austin. Hits the ropes. Oh, takes Josh Alexander out of the knee because of the hook. And a double foot stomp to the back of Josh Alexander. He's still got the hook. It's like he's at a fairground. All praise to Hook a Duck at the fairground. What else has he got now? Well, I'm not sure. Now he's got a steel chair. Does Rohit. Not sure what his plan is now. Stand on the chair and hook it up. He's trying to hook the X Division Championship down. It's crazy. Oh my God. Trey Miguel just jumped from the top rope and kicked him off the chair. My word. Trey Miguel looks pretty hurt by that one. Oof. Crowd are enjoying it. Again, people can talk about it being a small crowd, but it doesn't matter. It's atmosphere. Back in Trey Miguel's trying to climb the structure once again. Josh Alexander's cutting him off at the pass. Now Josh Alexander's now trying. Here we go. They're on the cables once again. It's Petey Williams. What are they planning? Oh, Petey Williams is hanging off Josh Alexander, who's still hanging on the structure. This is madness. Oh, Petey Williams throws Josh Alexander to the outside. Petey Williams now is going to go for a sharpshooter locked in. Sharpshooter shades of the Hitman, WWE Hall of Famer Bret Hart. Oh, and Rohit's now got a crossface locked in, so you've got a sharpshooter crossface combo. So, I mean, Trey Miguel's tapping out. Not that that means anything, of course. Remember, if you are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. Josh Alexander's on one side. He's still climbing. Ace Austin's going to cut him off. I think, like, oh, no. Oh, Josh Alexander's, it's going to be the finish. He's hanging upside down. What are they? What the hell's going on? It's got an ankle lock from the Ultimate X structure. What the hell? I don't know what I'm seeing right now. P. Williams got a sharpshooter locked in. There was a crossface on Trey Miguel. There's a sleeper hold that Chris Bay's got on Ace Austin. Josh Alexander had a ankle lock, and he's still hanging from the structure. Oh, Rohit's just thrown a steel chair at Josh Alexander. That is one of the craziest spots I've ever seen in my life. Oh, steel chair. That's to the head. I'm not a fan of that. Oh, Josh Alexander just fell down. That was brutal. Absolutely brutal there. My goodness. I mean, just what a match so far. The crowd are chanting, "This is Impact." Ace Austin, oh, kick to the face. Well, it looks like Ace Austin is now trying to climb the structure as well. Chris Bay's going to stop him, it looks like. What's Ace Austin looking for here? He's standing on the top rope and jumps once again. It's still crazy how easy they make it look. I mean, it's absolutely insane. Ace Austin is close. He's not far off. Chris Bay slipped. He's hanging upside down. Oh, my God. There was a cutter from the top of the structure. That was insane. Didn't get all of it, but oh my goodness. Ace Austin was climbing. He was hanging upside down. Chris Bay jumps from the top rope, turns it into a cutter. A Chris Bay cut. That was nasty. They've done that spot before in the past. I'm trying to remember who did it in the past. It might have been Kazarian on someone. Or maybe like Christopher Daniels. But it wasn't as smooth there. It's still, I mean, it wasn't smooth. It's still an unbelievable bump to take. The crowd are chanting, "This is awesome." It really is. Oh, Rohit, a glancing, big jumping knee strike. Goes for it again. Pete Williams, I want a Canadian Destroyer. Here we go. Canadian Destroyer. Oh, my goodness. Just spikes. Oh, Trey Miguel flips over. Canadian Destroyer on Trey Miguel. None of the move means anything anymore. The move's just been completely ruined. The crowd are behind Pete Williams. Pete Williams is now climbing. What's he trying to do? Pete Williams is going all the way to the top. He's not even climbing on the ropes. I mean, he's a long way from the title. How is he trying to climb it then? There you go, Pete Williams. I mean, he's taking his time. He's just kind of hanging there. Josh Alexander's got Chris Bay on his shoulders. Oh, he's not going to turn it into a Canadian Destroyer. Don't do it. You'll break his neck. Oh, my God. Oh, my goodness. Someone check on Chris Bay. He just took a Canadian Destroyer off Josh Alexander's shoulders. Good God. I've never seen anything like that in my life. Oh, my God. The crowd are chanting holy bleep. That was mental. Oh, my God. They're seeing the replay here. Chris Bay was on Josh Alexander's shoulders. It's a Super Canadian Destroyer from the top of the... Oh, Chris Bay lands on his head as well. Jeez Louise. An electric chair into a Canadian Destroyer. That is... I mean, we're talking insanity. Oh, roll through into... He went for a Tiger Driver. It looks like Josh Alexander. Canadian... Oh, God. No, he went for a Canadian Destroyer. Now an ankle lock's locked in. He's going to go for another Canadian Destroyer, this time on Josh Alexander's neck. That's not going to happen. Josh Alexander is going to go for it. Oh, my goodness. Again, drops. Everyone's getting dropped on their head. Trey Miguel's back in the ring now. Trey Miguel and Josh Alexander trading forearms. They're really trading forearms. They're laying it in right now. Oh, reverse elbow by Trey Miguel. Rohit with a reverse elbow. What's he going for now? Oh, spinning net breaker. Oh, he's going to transition into... And once again, Josh Alexander. Is it going... Oh, flatliner off Josh Alexander. Everything's happening off Josh Alexander's shoulder. I still can't get over that Canadian Destroyer off Josh Alexander's shoulders. That was nuts. Crowd are chanting Rohit here now. I think Ace Austin's... or was that Josh Alexander's gum shield's out in the ring at the moment. Rohit now, he's the only guy left in the ring. I still can't get over that Canadian Destroyer. That was nuts. That was nuts. I don't know how Chris Bay's alive after that. It's insane. Oh, he's climbing. He's climbing, Rohit. Is he going to do it? Rohit was nearly there. Oh, he gets pulled down by Trey Miguel. Oh, kick to the face. Oh, swinging net breaker by Trey Miguel. Now what's Trey Miguel got planned here? Trey Miguel's going to go to the top, it looks like. Then, oh, right hand by Josh Alexander. Straight right hand. I'm not sure what they've got planned here. I'm trying to figure it out. I think they might go for a C4. Oh, beautiful exploder suplex from the top rope by Josh Alexander onto Trey Miguel. I mean, how do you even follow this match? How do you even follow this match? It's nuts. Chris Bay's still alive somehow. I don't know how. He's climbing once again. How on earth is he still moving after that Canadian Destroyer off Josh Alexander's shoulders? Chris Bay's nearly there. Oh, Bay and Alexander are close. They're right next to the championship. Oof. Bay and Josh Alexander are chopping each other. They're hanging above the ring. It's got to be, what, 15 feet in the air. Oh, Bay's got his hands on the title. Josh Alexander's now got the championship, it looks like. The championship. Oh, it's a tug of war. It's a tug of war. The belt has been strapped. Ace Austin dives. Oh, he misses the title. If he'd have grabbed it, he would have had it. Chris Bay's gone down, and Josh Alexander wins the match. Whew, what a match. Josh Alexander retains the X Division Championship. That match was insane. That match was absolutely nuts. My oh my. My oh my, what a match. How do you even follow that one? What a start to the event that is. Josh Alexander retains the X Division Championship in an incredible Ultimate X match. Some of the spots in that one, there were botches. There were always going to be botches in those kind of matches. Especially when you have performed in front of a live crowd for a long time. But, again, I wouldn't want to follow that match. I really wouldn't. Let's do a quick subscriber count. We're currently on 4,204, so if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. Smash a like on the like button as well. Super chats are open. Whew, what a match. What a match. As we go back to D'Lo Brown and Matt Stryker on commentary. Again, that was just absolutely... again, it was absolutely nuts. I mean, again, how do you even follow that one? I certainly wouldn't. If I was told okay, you're going to be going on second, I'd be like, no thanks, I don't want to follow that. But that was great. Clem Lopez says entertaining match. Gaurav says this is awesome. Truly, it was superb, absolutely superb. It really was. Again, I really wouldn't want to follow this one. Because that is That's going to be a tough one to follow. Real tough one to follow. As they're running through the card right now. Talking about Diana Purrazzo and obviously the main event as well, Omega versus Sami Callihan. It's very, very exciting. Very exciting opening. I mean, what more can be said about that match? I mean, seriously, what more can be said about that match? It was nuts. Oh, there's Don Callis. Gia Miller. Gia Miller's there with Don Callis. What's Don got in store? He's not wearing the stupid hat or scarf anymore like he was earlier. That's a good thing. Of course, Don Callis no longer the executive vice president of Impact Wrestling. Don Callis says, "Real men don't quit; they get fired." I guess he's kind of right. He's definitely laying some seeds of doubt that maybe we could see Tommy Dreamer or Don Callis get involved in the main event tonight. Of course, it's a no disqualification match, so anything's possible, right? Don Callis says if he wasn't in Impact Wrestling, he would be in prison somewhere. Ace Austin is better than you. Says Ace should have been the one to win the championship than cash an option C in the main event. I mean, as I said, I was going to say I was 100% for my predictions. I'm not, because I thought the Knockout Tag Team Championship would remain, but they didn't. Officer McDankin says, is Steve Macklin supposed to be on the card tonight? I forget. Not officially, but you never know. He could be. So Don Callis is talking about how handsome Kenny Omega is right now. I'm not sure what Don Callis is on about. Well, there's no doubt that Don Callis is a very, very good promo, isn't he? Because he is going crazy. He's going crazy right now. I mean, he's going about as red as his glasses he's wearing. He is so into this promo. He's honestly, you can't tell he's even wearing sunglasses at this point. His face is going so red. I'm assuming they'll keep the X Division, the Ultimate X structure up for the rest of the night. Maybe that's why we're getting a long promo now. Brandon Crago says, how long is Slammiversary? Is it 2 hours or 3? 3 hours. 3 hours. It's going to end at 11 p.m. Eastern Time, 4 a.m. over here in the UK. It's a long night. It's going to be a long night. So Don Callis just screams at camera, screams at the camera, and then just ends it with "Have a nice day." I mean, he just went crazy, you know. So it looks like it's going to be Brian Myers and Tenille Dashwood going up against Matt Cardona and the mystery tag team partner next. So we're gonna have our first surprise, seemingly. We're gonna have our first surprise coming up next, as they're going through the video of Matt Cardona and Brian Myers. They're going to show, of course, this was from this past week on Impact Wrestling, where Matt Cardona got the low blow from Tenille Dashwood. Connor Copland says, I hope Princess Kenny-san, the bout collector, loses. I don't think he will. My prediction tonight is that Kenny Omega will retain, but there will be shenanigans. Faster Bradley says, thoroughly disappointed you didn't chuckle at my DM. Need to up my game. I didn't even see it. So who do we think? Last minute predictions. Who do we think is going to be Matt Cardona's mystery tag team partner? We all thinking Laurel Van Ness? We all thinking Chelsea Green? I'm thinking Laurel Van Ness and Chelsea Green. It's got to be, right? It's got to be. Wouldn't it be funny if he went my mystery tag team partner to face Brian Myers and Tenille Dashwood? There's never the Nick Gage. It would be great. Of course, Scott D'Amore saying that Slammiversary is going to be a hot mess. So who's it going to be? Here we go. The first mystery is about to be revealed. It's got to be Chelsea Green. It's got to be Chelsea Green, right? There comes Brian Myers. Obviously, they're going to milk it, surely. So you got Brian Myers with Sam Beale. I mean, the thing is, if it's not Chelsea Green, Laurel Van Ness, then I genuinely can't think who else it would be. It has to be. I mean, it has to. Again, if it's not, then I guess it would be a surprise because I wouldn't predict who it was going to be, but it's got to be. Unless they tap into Impact's history, it could be. I suppose. Again, it could be Taylor Wilde, I guess. People have been saying that. I know some people have been saying Awesome Kong as well, but I don't think it will be. Out comes Caleb with a K, as he always does with Tino Tash. But what on earth is Caleb with a K wearing? I mean, really, what on earth is Caleb with a K wearing? That's an outrageous outfit even for him. My oh my. But surely it has to be Laurel Van Ness. So we're going to find out shortly. Matt Cardona is going to probably make his way out in just a second or two. And is he going to bring Laurel Van Ness with him? Remember, if you are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner, smash a like on the like button too. You can also contribute to the channel by clicking the $sign. Donations and contributions are very much appreciated. Well, here comes Matt Cardona. Matt Cardona, he's got tassels on. He's trying to embrace his inner Ultimate Warrior. But who's their partner? Gone to a green screen. Ah, she's back. It's Laurel Van Ness. Chelsea Green is officially back. Chelsea Green has returned, as we expected. Chelsea Green is with Matt Cardona. They're back and they're making out on stage. But Matt Cardona and his fiance Chelsea Green is back in Impact Wrestling. Chelsea Green is with Matt Cardona. She was at Ring of Honor last weekend, and now she is back in Impact Wrestling. The former Knockouts champion Chelsea Green has returned to Impact Wrestling. She's not under saying Laurel Van Ness. She's got a cast. She's got a cast on her left arm. Of course, she does have a broken arm right now. But Cardona and Chelsea Green have matching gear as well. They've got one half dark, one half light, so they're still embracing the hot mess attire. But she is back. Again, not much of a surprise. I think everyone saw this coming. There's no doubt about it. But that doesn't mean it's a bad thing, though. Doesn't mean it's a bad thing at all. But Matt Cardona's got his ex in Tenille Dashwood and his current fiance in Chelsea Green in the same ring. It's got to be awkward. But the hot mess is back in Impact Wrestling, as we thought she would be, it must be said. But there's a brawl to start off this one. So the first surprise of the night, Laurel Van Ness, Chelsea Green, she's going by, is back in Impact Wrestling. Matt Cardona looks to be wearing a knee brace. I don't know if he's got a bit of a knee injury going on at the moment. He hasn't mentioned. I don't know if we've seen that recently, but. Eric Kenny says Cardona is not an interesting opponent to have in this match. Ace Austin is better. So he mentioned who he thought it was going to be. Robbie Wills says not much of a surprise. Hey, that's true, but it is what it is. Oh, double clothesline to Sam Beal and Caleb with a K. Oh, and a kick to the gut by Brian Myers on the outside to Matt Cardona. Eric Kenny says, oh boy. Darthor says, I hope Cardona will change now and be more like Green / Laurel Van Ness. I hope it's a change of character. I've mentioned that before. I would prefer that Cardona did something different. If this is him embracing, you know, more of a heel side, a darker side, then I'm all for that. I'm all for that. But you can see that Chelsea Green rather, does have a cast on her arm. Of course, she had a broken arm. As they're showing the replay of the flatliner by Brian Myers to Cardona on the outside. But our first surprise of the evening, our first return / debut, our first former WWE star coming back to Impact Wrestling is Chelsea Green. She is back. She is back, even though it doesn't show it on the screen. Oh, Sam Beal just... Oh, Sam Beal and Caleb with a K just attacking Matt Cardona as he's hanging out the ropes there. So Caleb with a K is taking more selfies with Brian Myers, Tennille Dashwood, Sam Beal, and Matt Cardona during the match. They're promoting the GoFundMe for Don West as well. Of course, he's been diagnosed with, unfortunately, a brain cancer. It's horrible, horrible news. So if you haven't donated to his GoFundMe, definitely go and do that. It's for his medical bills and expenses. Mary says Cardona and Chelsea for the win. I mean, you would think that they're going to win this one. But Chelsea Green's back. She hasn't been able to get into the match so far. Again, they've got matching gear as well at the moment. Cardona and Chelsea Green. It looks like the whole Two-Face gimmick, you know? Like right down the middle, good side, bad side. Oh, float over from a vertical suplex into a neck breaker by Cardona. Cardona's going to go for the tag. But, oh, Tennille Dashwood just pulls Chelsea Green off the apron. Caleb with K celebrating on the outside. I don't know what he's doing. Beautiful jumping DDT by Brian Myers. Cardona kicks out. Still yet to have Chelsea Green actually get into this match so far. But you get the impression this is going to be the first of many surprises tonight, don't you? We've already had new Knockouts Tag Team Champions. We've had an amazing Ultimate X match. Now we've had Chelsea Green return to Impact, and the night is still very young. Myers, oh, was going for a clothesline, but he gets met with a spear from Matt Cardona. And now Cardona's going to try and go for the tag once again. Now is she going to be tagged in? Is Chelsea Green finally going to be tagged in? Myers tagged in Dashwood. In comes Chelsea Green. She's back. Clothesline by Chelsea Green. Again, she's got the cast on her left arm. Oh, ripcord elbow by Chelsea Green. She's going to hit the ropes. Hits the ropes. Oh, kick to the shoulder of Tennille Dashwood. Oh, goes for a cover. It's broken up by Brian Myers. Brian Myers arguing with the hot mess, and she just slapped Brian Myers in the face. I don't blame her either. Tennille Dashwood's now going to go for a net breaker. Oh, net breaker on the apron, on the middle rope actually, while Chelsea Green was hanging on the outside of the ring. Cardona with forearms to the face of Brian Myers here. Got to go for it. Is it even still called the broski boot? Is he allowed to call it that? Oh, another low blow. Oh, she tried another low blow. Matt Cardona's not selling it. Oh, he was wearing a cup. He was wearing a cup. No more low blows. He's always ready. I suppose he was always ready. Tenille Dashwood. Oh, he's just put the cup in. He's put the gas. He's put it in his face. He's put the cup, the athletic cup, in the face of Brian Myers. God, that was disgusting. Oh, Chelsea Green with a Canadian Destroyer and Brian Myers. How many Canadian Destroyers we're going to see tonight? Oh, Mack Callis just dived onto Caleb with a K, and Sam Beal on the outside. Dashwood and Green are the two legal competitors. Oh, Dashwood went for an unprettier. Oh, she did a low blow. Chelsea Green did a low blow with the cast on Tenille Dashwood. Oh, unprettier by Chelsea Green. Goes for a cover on 2, 3. Cardona and Chelsea Green get the victory. Well, that was a fun match. Chelsea Green and Matt Cardona get the victory. They are back. iFaster Bradley says, on a real note, Owen, you need to get you need to mod up your regulars in here because as you get bigger, you get real trolls that say terrible things. It's very true. That is very true. I think as we get bigger, we'll start looking into getting mods and stuff like that in the future. If anyone wants to be a mod, let me know in the live chat. We can figure that out for the future. Cardona's got Chelsea Green up on the shoulder, similar to the Macho Man and Miss Elizabeth back in the day. That was a lot of fun, though. Looks like next we're going to have W. Morrissey, I think, versus Eddie Edwards is likely to be our next matchup. Indeed it is. Officer McDankings and Andrew Pollard says, I'd like to mod up, please. Yeah, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. We'll work that out. I'll make a note of it. I'm writing it down now. Mods. Yeah, we'll sort out some mods for. I suppose we could maybe sort them out for Money in the Bank. We can maybe sort out some mods for Money in the Bank tomorrow. Or I can do it now whilst this is going on. As we're waiting for the next match to go on the screen, we're seeing a promo package right now. There you go. Officer McDankins, Andrew Pollard, you're now moderators on the channel. Use it wisely. Use it widely. iFast Bradley says, "Don't mod me. It will only increase my I know exactly. I think that's why iFast Bradley said it in the first place. He said it because he's like the Joker and Batman. He wants enemies. He wants enemies." Mary says, Sean Ross Sapp at Impact. Yeah, I noticed that during the opening part of the show. I noticed that there was that Sean Ross Sapp rather was in the crowd. I know that I saw him on Twitter saying that he was there. He's been dropping a load of information about Impact, etc. over the course of the last few days. Of course, we're now in. I was thinking about this when it comes to with Fightful and stuff like that, because obviously it's been weird with the pandemic, of course, because they've been able to do everything remotely. But now I think that, for instance, Sean Ross Sapp he's going to be traveling to a lot more shows. So I don't know what he's going to be doing for post shows and stuff like that. I guess they'll just be getting different presenters in and stuff like that. So. But here comes W. Morrissey. Ace Austin is better than you, says W. Morrissey looks like a future world champion, but his short-term contract of Impact creates worry. Fire in a Storm says everyone loves the Joker hat. That's the thing. That's the thing. You know, he's the Joker's. He's popular. He's popular. You know, that's what I Faster Bradley is on the channel. He is the true Joker. He is the true Joker. Ace Austin is better than you, says Killian Dane or Braun Strowman or Eric Rowan will debut after the match and attack W. Morrissey. All of those, apart from Eric Rowan, have 90-day non-compete clauses. So that's not going to happen, unfortunately. Eddie Edwards have a great pop. You've already got the Eddie Edwards chants. They're even chanting or they're singing along to his entrance theme, which is pretty cool. It's great that Eddie Edwards is back as well. Though again, for a period of time, for a period of time, there was concern about if Eddie Edwards was even going to make it for the event, because of course he had appendicitis. He missed the last couple of days of the last set of Impact tapings because again he had appendicitis. He had to have his appendix removed. So there was concern at the time whether or not he was going to be able to make it. The crowd are really singing along to his song, aren't they? They're loving it. JPF says, how has the pay-per-view been so far? Couldn't catch it tonight, family in town. I must say it's been excellent. Really excellent so far. The crowd's great. The matches have been a lot of fun. Chelsea Green's back. George Kelly says, just got here, Mr. Owen. Thanks a lot for doing this. I hope to be with you for the rest of the show. I appreciate that, George. Appreciate everyone that's tuning in so far. If you're not subscribed already, be sure to subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. A couple of shoves by W. Morrissey and Eddie Edwards to start off this one. W. Morrissey, man, the guy is jacked. I mean, he is absolutely stacked at the moment. It's crazy. And he's a big dude. I mean, when you in these small arenas, you realize how big he is. Fall away slam by W. Morrissey there. Razor Ramon, Scott Hall calls it something different than the fall away Sam. Sakov, you can fill out the rest, is what he calls it. Oh, W. Morrissey, big right hand to the face of Eddie Edwards. Looks like tickets are also on sale for the August 15th and 15th to 17th television tapings for Impact Wrestling. Oh, reverse elbow by Eddie Edwards. I thought he was going to go for the Boston knee pie straight away there. Kick to the face of W. Morrissey there as well. He's going to go for a tornado DDT. Oh, it's countered. Oof. Straight right hand to the face. Oh, my goodness. Big boot to the face of Eddie Edwards. Falls straight out the ring. Lands on the outside. That was nasty. I mean, W. Morrissey's lean at the moment. He is proper lean, isn't he? Morrissey's meeting Eddie on the outside of the ring. Clubbing blow to the back. Ace Austin is better than you, says, wait, when Laurel Van Ness showed up, she was going by her old Impact name, Laurel Van Ness, or her real name, an NXT name, Chelsea Green. She was going as Chelsea Green. She can call herself that. Oh, Eddie Edwards catches a boot by W. Morrissey, and he's just thrown his boot into the ring post. Oh, chop. And Eddie was going to try and go after the inch of the leg, it seems like, but not for long. W. Morrissey just shoved him into the ring apron. Crowd are certainly very pro Eddie Edwards. As you wouldn't be surprised. Eddie Edwards is firmly an Impact guy, isn't he? W. Morrissey stepping over the top rope, making his way into the ring. Edwards rolling to the outside there. You see in a replay when he just slammed W. Morrissey's foot into the ring post there. Oh, Edwards hangs Morrissey up on the top rope. Oh, Morrissey's going to hit the ropes. Goes for, oh my goodness. The shoves. Eddie Edwards off the ring apron. Lands on the apron. Nasty. Throat first, seemingly. Onto the steel barricade. I mean, realistically, he's not going to hit, you know, Blue Thunder Bomb or anything like that. As Matt Stryker just referenced on commentary. I don't think that one's going to happen. Morrissey stepping over the top rope. Eric Kenny with the super chats. The $4.99. I appreciate that, Eric. He says, thank you for all you do, Owen, with these live streams of the pay-per-view and the news. You brighten our day during these times. Well, I really appreciate that, Eric. I appreciate your support. I appreciate everyone's support here on the channel. Appreciate everyone that takes the time to watch the videos, interact with the videos, subscribe, like. This is only the beginning. It's only the beginning. You know, it's like I said here. This isn't one of those channels where it's, you know, judgment about opinions or anything like that. It's just talking about pro wrestling, enjoying it. You know, with watch-alongs like this, post-show streams, daily news videos. That's what we do here. We talk about all forms of pro wrestling. So I really appreciate the super chat, Eric. I really do. As W. Morrissey continues to dominate here. Goes for a suplex, float over. Oh, goes for another back suplex. Eddie Edwards floats over again. W. Morrissey just controlling, dictating the tempo of this one. Absolutely. Morrissey just, I mean, he's slow pace. Whoa, big suplex. Suplex by Eddie Edwards. Suplex by Eddie Edwards, W. Morrissey. Didn't see that one coming. Crowd firmly behind Eddie Edwards. I mean, arguably, Eddie Edwards is getting the best reaction that we've seen tonight in terms of people being behind him. Bradley says, anyone want to thank me for the non-wrestling related banter? He is the Joker. He is the Joker. Irish whip. Oh, holds on. Does Eddie Edwards. Low bridge. Pulls the top rope down. Morrissey goes to the outside. Is he going to go tope suicide? Oh, he's caught. Caught by Morrissey. Caught by the mouth. He's going to go for a choke slam. Oh, no. Oh, my God. Choke slam by W. Morrissey onto the ring apron. That was nasty. My God. That might be it. Eddie Edwards went for a tope suicida to the outside. Morrissey caught him in the mouth and turned that into a choke slam onto the ring apron. That was nasty. Wow, that was nasty. Look at this. Oh, my God. Apron bumps are always nasty, but that was rough. Really rough. Morrissey breaks the count, steps out of the ring, and now back in. That was nasty. TNA's a lot says Eddie is a powerhouse. He picks up big dudes. Wow. Darth Thor says, will you have a watch along for the first Rampage? Maybe. We might have a post show. What is Morrissey thinking here? He's got Eddie Edwards in a powerbomb position on the entrance ramp. He wouldn't. He's not going to do a powerbomb on the apron. Big back body drop. Back body drop. By Eddie Edwards to W. Morrissey. Oh, Boston knee party. Boston knee party to W. Morrissey on the outside of the ring. Bradley says, Owen, I reckon a football watch along with you would be like one of those cattle auctions. Well, it's really quick like that. Talking. I just hate dead air. I hate dead air on watch alongs. I always feel like you need to be. It's got to be just a stream of consciousness. That's what's great about everyone when they interact with the live comments, because when people are interacting and talking on the channel, it makes it so much easier for me. It's just, again, it's like it's a watch along. It's like watching it with your friends. You know, you're just talking about stuff, and if stuff's happening in the ring, that's great. If stuff's happening in the live chat, that's great. Morrissey, he's got Eddie Edwards on his shoulders here. I think he's going to go for an F5. Oh, kind of an F5. Really ugly landing by Eddie Edwards. That was nasty. Really nasty. Crowd's quiet as well because a couple of these bumps have been rough in this one. And what he's planning here. He's just put Edwards on the top rope. Eric Kenny says Morrissey has always been an ass, even in WWE, talking about all the support and that he had there. For some reason, people like Enzo, what a group of tools. Eric Kenny, not a fan of W. Morrissey, must be said. Morrissey's met Edwards on the top rope. Eddie Edwards with a couple of headbutts to W. Morrissey here. Not sure what he's got planned, what he's thinking. Sunset flip powerbomb. Very nice by Eddie Edwards. Oh, there's room. Boston knee pie? No, kick to the face. Punt kick to the face. Right hand by Eddie Edwards as well. Is he going to do it? Blue Thunder Bomb. He hit it. Blue Thunder Bomb. 2. Ooh. W. Morrissey kicked out. That was a good near fall. Very close near fall. Crowd are chanting that was 3. It wasn't. It was close. It was not 3. Eddie Edwards trying to figure out what to do next. He's looking for the crowd for support. He might need it. I think he's going to get cut off at the pass here. Oh, W. Morrissey using the referee as a shield. Hits the ropes. Oh, my goodness. What a big boot. Just turned Eddie Edwards inside out. That might be it. Oh, Eddie Edwards kicks out. Good match. Good couple of near falls here. iFaster Bradley says, exactly. That's why I interact with YouTube friendly cursing to help you out. Exactly. Exactly. And Morrissey going for a power bomb. Oh, float over jackknife pin. 2. Oh, Morrissey. Oh, slap to the face by Morrissey. Boston knee party. Oh, it knocks Morrissey out of the ring. Boston knee party knocks knocks W. Morrissey outside of the ring. What's he doing there? W. Morrissey's unwrapping something. What's that? What's he got? Is that a bout? W. Morrissey's had something wrapped around his ankle. I think he's got, looks like a necklace or something. Either way, he's got a weapon. I think he's got him. Oh, off the skull. It's a chain, I think. It's a chain right off the skull. Great camera work. Great spot. Referee hasn't seen it at all. But I think this might be the beginning of the end. Powerbomb City. Boom. Big powerbomb by W. Morrissey. That should be it. Chain to the skull. Powerbomb. That's got to be all she wrote. 2, 3. W. Morrissey gets the victory. Surprise they did the foreign object route for that one, it must be said. But W. Morrissey wins. That was to be expected. Fire in a Storm says, yes, interaction is good. LOL. Love the fact you actually tell us what's happening in the ring, not like others. Cough, cough. I don't even know who you're referencing. But I appreciate the support, Fire in a Storm. TNA's a lot says Morrissey is Kevin Nash size, and Eddie doing big moves on him. So we're seeing a promo by Moose right now, but Morrissey gets the victory. They went straight to that Moose promo pretty quickly. Don't know if they're running low on time or whatever. I mean, it's only, what, an hour in? How many matches have we got left now? We've still got the tag titles, Knockouts Championship, Sabin versus Moose, and World Title. So we've got 4 matches left in about 2 hours. So I think we've got plenty of time. I think that they're realizing how important it is to keep things slick. Fyter Fest Night 1 was a great example of that this week. Of if you have to keep the pacing. You have to keep the pacing up. It was crucial to a good show. That's why I think Fyter Fest was so good this past week. Was the pacing of the show was excellent. iFaster Bradley says, foreign object, behave yourself, Owen. This is the thing. This is the thing, iFaster Bradley. In the wrestling terminology, foreign object is very often said. The story goes with WCW back in the 90s. You couldn't refer to things as foreign, so it had to be an international object. George Kenny says Moose. TNA's a lot. I'm not even interacting with that one. iFaster Bradley. That's what we're seeing on the screen now. What is this? Long live the king. Long live the drama king. That's Aiden English. Is drama king, is that going to be Aiden English? I think that was a vignette for Aiden English. I'm telling you now. That was 100% an Aiden English vignette. Well, that's interesting. Didn't see that one coming. I think we've just seen a vignette for Aiden English coming into Impact Wrestling. So that's Chelsea Green. That's maybe Aiden English as well. Huge. Huge. That kind of came out of nowhere, didn't it? I remember doing a video. I remember doing a video talking about Aiden English to Impact Wrestling about a year ago, something like that. He did an interview like a year ago saying that he was interested in coming into Impact Wrestling. What's going on here? So they were doing an interview with a fan, and out comes Shearer and Madman Fulton. What's going on here then? We might have another surprise, I think, here, because Shearer and Madman Fulton have come out. They're upset about something. What's going on with them? So we're gonna see some other people come out. What's going on here? Well, here comes Scott D'Amore. Scott D'Amore's coming out. I think we might have another surprise about to happen, because Scott D'Amore's coming out. There's even a chant for Scott D'Amore, which is surprising. He's welcomed fans back to the Impact Zone. So what's going to happen next? So he says normally he would be upset that two giant guys are holding the ring hostage. He said, "You're ready for action." What's going to happen? He said he ran into a couple of guys. Who's going to be their opponents? Who's going to be? Oh, they're back. Yeah, these were the names that were rumored earlier today. It's New Japan Pro Wrestling's FinJuice. FinJuice have returned. The former Impact Tag Team Champions are back. FinJuice have returned. The former Impact Tag Team Champions, New Japan Pro Wrestling's FinJuice, Juice Robinson, David Finlay are back. Now, it must be said, it was reported earlier today. That FinJuice were backstage. It was a report by Fightful Select. Sean Ross Sapp was first to report that FinJuice were indeed backstage. So it must be said, it was expected that these two would return. A Sustin's better than you says, damn it, FinJuice. Darfor says FinJuice. TNA's a lot says FinJuice theme song is infectious. It's true. It is. It really is. So an impromptu tag team match. Shearer and Madman Fulton, who are currently shoving each other, going up against New Japan Pro Wrestling's FinJuice. FinJuice are back. I bet the Good Brothers are already terrified. Inverted atomic drop by Juice Robinson. Juice Robinson was just thrown into the ring ropes there. Oh my goodness! What a clothesline by Shearer. He's laying that one in. Oof. So surprises so far tonight. We have Chelsea Green. We have Aiden English. We have FinJuice coming back. And there's still plenty of time to come. The interesting thing, I suppose, there is that I had a feeling, now I can actually talk about it, I had a feeling that FinJuice were going to be a surprise tag team replacing TJP and Fallah Bahh in the in the tag team title match. We now know that Finn Juice aren't going to be in that tag title match. So, who's going to be Fallah Bahh's tag team partner? The mystery tag team partner in that match? Dudley Dog by David Finlay, and that's it. It's over. Finn Juice get a victory in about a minute and a half. It was a quick victory for Finn Juice. But Finn Juice are back. But an impromptu match for the former Impact Tag Team Champions. Darthor says, kind of hoped it was AOP, whatever happened to them. There was a rumor or report by Fightful a couple of months ago that they had retired, and they hadn't. They said that they've got plenty of juice left in the tank, if you will. There was a rumor that they were going to be going back to NXT. I don't think that's happening. The next match looks to be Moose versus Chris Sabin. But that was a fun little impromptu match. But it does raise the question, as I mentioned before, who is going to be Fallah Bahh's tag team partner? I'm thinking maybe Kalisto? Maybe Kalisto? TNA's a lot still talking about the entrance music for Finn Juice. Says, nah, it's pretty dope. Beat and listen to the words. Ace Austin is better than you. Says, Impact Wrestling needs to sign the Ascension. The tag team division needs some developed tag teams after losing the Motor City Machine Guns, the North, Rhino, Scum, and the Rascals. Eric Kenny says, there are better New Japan teams that I would rather see here. Well, yeah, that is true. There are certainly other New Japan tag teams that I would be very interested in seeing in Impact Wrestling. GOD being obviously the main one. Hopefully that can happen in the future, but who knows? Bry Lexa says, that was a fast match. Indeed it was. I think it was just... an inclination that the Finn Juice are back. The exciting thing, of course, for the upcoming TV tapings, I guess, is that Finn Juice are going to be a part of it. So they're going to obviously be involved, whether that's maybe against Violent by Design. They mentioned that when they came back, they were going to go after those tag team titles again. So I think that probably means Finn Juice are going to be going up against Violent by Design, probably the next Impact Plus event. As we see this cold video package for Moose and Chris Sabin, which of course is our next match. I mean, this is absolutely going to be a sleeper for the match of the night. I think you'll probably struggle to beat the X Division Championship Ultimate X match, it must be said. But here comes Moose. Good pop from the crowd as well. Crowd are already chanting Moose. Just re-signed of Impact Wrestling, of course. I think he's probably got the best entrance in Impact Wrestling right now as well, Moose. It's pretty badass. Crowd are chanting Moose. Mick Thompson says, I told you new Knockout Tag Team Champions. Indeed you did. Coming out dressed like a gladiator is Moose. JPF says Finley's contract is almost up with New Japan Pro Wrestling. Wonder if he signs with Impact. Well, there was discussion, wasn't there? His father, Fit Finley, said that he was David Finley was feeling a bit disillusioned with New Japan Pro Wrestling. He wanted to move over to the United States. As Sean Ross Sapp once again on camera. Yeah, there was discussions that he wanted to come over to stay in the United States permanently. WWE were interested in him. I suppose it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Eric Kenny says, let's go Moose. Got to win a pay-per-view one day. I think he will tonight. I think Moose is going to win this one. And that's my prediction. I think this match is going to get a lot of time as well, it must be said. So we've got, we're about, an hour and 15 minutes into the show. We've got, how many matches left? We've got the Tag Team titles, Knockouts Championship, and the World Championship left. So we've got 3 matches left 4 including this one. So there's still plenty of time to go, and plenty of surprises and plenty of twists and turns, I think. Moose is a big guy as well, a real big guy. Again, when you see in these sort of smaller arenas, especially against smaller opponents, physically, like Chris Sabin, you realize how much of a giant Moose is. Remember, if you are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner, smash a like on this stream as well if you're enjoying Slammiversary tonight. Puts us in other people's recommendation feeds if they haven't seen our videos previously. Match is starting off quick. Chris Sabin's going straight to Moose's knee. It's not working. Moose just throws Chris Sabin into the corner. Moose goes into the corner. Oh, just jumping drop kick right in the face of Moose. I fast with Bradley says, Owen, non-wrestling related. Would you sell Martial? Oh, Moose went for a drop kick in the corner. He missed completely. Would you sell Martial? I would say no. The reason I would say no to that is because, for me, if you look at teams like Man City, arguably the strongest thing about them is having a really strong bench. People will say, well, you know, you can't just have Martial on the bench for the majority of the year. Why not? People like Riyad Mahrez spend half the season on the bench. You don't hear them complaining because they win titles. So I'm not in the interest of actively making our squad weaker. I think we need more options. So I wouldn't sell him unless it's a case of you have to sell him to get another player in. But then I would keep him. Why not have that option? And those people that say, well, he's not going to want to sit on the bench. Well, unfortunately, that's football nowadays. It's a squad game. Eric Kenny says it's a passing of a torch match. But yeah, I think Moose is winning this one. Ace Austin is better than you says, I really hope Eric Rowan, the Assumption, Kalisto, and the Iconics debut tonight. Well, a lot of names. A lot of names there. Who knows? Chris Sabin goes for a crossbody caught by Moose easily. Moose now is going to go for, looks to be a power slam. Oof. Sabin just shoves Moose into the corner. Oh, right hand by Moose. Oh, Sabin a kick to the face. Is he going for Hurricane Runner? Oof. Oh, Moose favoring his knee there. Again, they're selling the knee. Smart, good sell by Moose. Brady says, I'll go and give over about football flip's sake. Wow, you know. I can't stay on topic. I just can't stay on topic. That's the problem, isn't it? Figure 4 leg lock locked in by Chris Sabin. Figure 4 is locked in. Shades, of course, of the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. Refs counting the cover, that being Brian Hebner, son of Earl. Ace Austin is better than you says, Bo Dallas could show up with a creepy gimmick since Bray Wyatt is his brother. Like how both of the Hardys have similar gimmicks and no one's questioned it since they're brothers. I think Bo Dallas, I think he might be retired at this point. Since he was released by WWE, the reports were saying that he'd basically planned for life outside of wrestling. Moose is going to go for another power slam. Oh my goodness. Snake Eyes in the corner. Shades of Kevin Nash launching Rey Mysterio like a long dart on Nitro in '96. Moose just throws Chris Sabin like a javelin at the Olympics into the second turnbuckle. That was nasty. Get Moose in Tokyo with that kind of aim like a javelin. That was impressive. They're showing it on the replay here of Sabin doing the Hurricane Rana. And again, they're showing this just long dart. Oof. That was nasty by Moose to Chris Sabin there. That was rough. Oh, huge Beal by Moose to Chris Sabin, just throwing him across the ring. What is interesting as well with the crowd being there is when they have the artificial crowd noise, it's just constant, isn't it? But you kind of forget with live crowds that are there, there are times it happens when the crowd goes quiet and you get a bit of an uncomfortable silence. And that's what we've got a couple of times tonight. But it's interesting. Huge chop by Moose to Chris Sabin. That was rough. I tell you what, the crowd are enjoying Moose. They really are. Holy SHIT chant from the crowd there. Moose is silencing everyone. I think we're getting another big chop about to come. Get ready. He's telling everyone shush. Here we go. Oh my God. Whew, whew, whew. That chop is outrageous by Moose. It rivals Walter with those kind of chops. Man. The crowd are chanting one more time. Moose is meant to be the heel here, by the way. He's meant to be the heel. Oh, he's going to do one more time. He's saying shush. He's saying shush. Oh, and he's just give the crowd a middle finger. Excellent. That was good. Oh, Chris Sabin firing up. Oh, and a rake to the eyes. Pure standing drop kick by Moose on the outside. Look at the vertical leap there. Moose is on fire right now. He's got the crowd eating. I mean, he's got him right there, out of the palm of his hand. That was tremendous. The crowd are chanting one more time. Puts him there. He's going to go for it. He's going to go for the chop. And just flips off the crowd. Gives him the middle finger. Excellent. Well, Moose is completely in control here, it must be said. Rear chin lock by the former TNA World Heavyweight Champion. And another rake to the eyes by Moose to Sabin. Well, Christian Cage, little name drop by D'Lo Brown there, referencing the pins that they're selling on shoptna.com or shopimpact.com. Moose, once again, is going to go for the... He's trying to pull Sabin's teeth out. Oh, Sabin's biting him, though, it looks like. I mean, I guess if you're going to put your fingers in the guy's mouth, try and bite the fingers off. Oh, beautiful Uranagi by Moose. Oh, pulls him straight up. That was... Moose... Fall away slam. Going to do a kip up. Kip up by Moose. Here we go. He's going to... I think he's going to go for a moonsault. Moonsault from the second rope. Sabin rolls out the way. I was gonna say for a second there. I was going to say, like, if Moose gets a victory here, it's been near enough a squash match so far. Moose has just dominated. I mean, he absolutely has. He's just absolutely dominated so far. Been pretty impressive, it must be said. Sabin's slapping himself in the face, trying to wake himself up. I don't blame him. Oh, charges in the corner. Sabin gets a boot up to the face. Pulls the top rope down, low bridge. Moose just lands on his feet, though. Oh, Sabin kick to the shoulder. Oh, he's going to springboard. Oh, springboard over the top rope. Lands on Moose. I tell you what, I mean, I know Sabin's just hit some impressive moves in the last couple of minutes or so, but I mean, Moose is unbelievably impressive. He really is, isn't he? I mean, really, really unbelievably impressive. The guy is just, he's a bona fide superstar. He truly is. An absolute star. Sabin's going to go to the top rope. What's he looking for here? Tornado DDT just spikes Moose. That was nice. 2.5. That was close. Closer than I thought that was going to be. Crowder getting behind Chris Sabin. Sabin's again trying to slap himself in the face, trying to wake himself up. Officer McDanking says, if Moose gets a promo, he will be one of the best wrestlers in the entire industry. The dude oozes pro wrestler. I mean, I think Moose's promos have improved, but I think you're right. I think that's an element. Oh, here we go. Moose has just scaled the top rope. It's madness. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. A moonsault fall away slam from the top rope. That spot is just madness. when Moose does that. Oh my goodness. Another holy SHIT chant from the crowd. That was nuts. That was absolutely nuts. Fall away moonsault from the top rope by a guy the size of Moose is insane. Is absolutely insane that he's able to pull that off. My oh my. Look at this. But going back to Officer McDanking's point, I agree. If Moose can up the promos, then he's a superstar. He really is. Not that his promos are bad, but I Faster Bradley says, right, I got to go. Much love, and much love back to you, Bradley. Of course, I appreciate you joining us, as you always do, for the watch along tonight. He says, I have no real interest in wrestling. Respond to my Instagram DM if you fancy collabing this season on United Fan TV. You probably won't because we're small-time low. Yeah, I'll respond to you. We'll see what happens. Like I said, I've got some football irons in the fire this season, so if you are into football, be sure to check that out. Or Moose. Oh, Moose just powerbombed Sabin on the apron. That was nasty. Oh, even worse, he's just throwing him into the steel barricade. This is rough. Oh my God. That was rough. Oh my God. Moose powerbombed Sabin onto the apron and then just flung him into the barricade several times. I think Sabin was able to get his hands up and protect his head, thank God, but that was rough. I mean, Moose is just, again, every match he's in is just, it's just so impressive. That's what it is, really. It's so impressive. Count of 9 by the referee. Sabin makes his way back into the ring. Crowd applauds. I mean, you've got to, because he's just getting the hell kicked out of him tonight. If you are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. We're going to be going live with a post-show watch-along for Slammiversary tonight. We've got a watch-along, post-show post-show reaction stream. Oh, Sabin with a schoolboy. Oh, with a post-show reaction stream after tonight's Slammiversary event goes off the air. We're also going to be doing a watch-along for tomorrow's Money in the Bank pay-per-view. Roll-up. Ooh, shades of Jack Briscoe there by Chris Sabin. And we're going to be doing a post-show tomorrow. Victory roll by Sabin. Hey, beat him. Oh, my God. Chris Sabin won. Oh, my God. I didn't see that one come in. Moose lost. Wow. That came out of nowhere. I did not see that coming at all. So, Moose just beats the hell out of Chris Sabin. Moose beats the hell out of Chris Sabin for about 15 minutes. And then we get a victory roll. A victory roll by Sabin, and he wins. Well, I don't know about that one. I must say, I feel that's the wrong call. Unless they've got something else planned. I'm not sure about that. I must be said. Moose lost. Moose lost to Chris Sabin. Why? I don't know. I don't know why. That is a real surprise. I'm a bit shocked, to be honest with you. I'm shocked. As we're seeing a replay of Havoc and Rosemary being the new Knockouts Tag Team Champions earlier tonight. We're going backstage in an interview with Rosemary and Havoc there. I'm still in shock by that one, to be honest. I'm still in shock that Moose lost. Really surprised. I don't get that. I really don't get that at all. What? Because I would get it if Moose was leaving, but he's not. He's just signed a 2-year deal with Impact Wrestling. For me, I thought the only positive of him going up against Chris Sabin was that he would definitely win tonight, especially, he's got back-to-back pay-per-view losses now. He lost at Against All Odds, was, kind of in a screwy finish, but they protected him. Tonight, he didn't get protected. He just lost. I'm not a fan of roll-up really finishes either, and I am stunned by that one. God. Officer McDanking says, I hate roll-up finishes with a passion. It's overdone, and for Moose to lose again, it's just painful. Yeah, I'm stunned by that. Really surprised. What do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts about Moose losing in the live chat. I'd love to see your guys' opinions to that one. Maybe it's just me, but I don't see that. Really don't see that. George Kenny says they sure have rewarded Moose in a strange way after he signed a new contract. Sabin, are you kidding me? I mean, George, I agree with you. I really agree with you. Yeah, I mean, you sign a new deal. I'm very surprised. Unless they've got something else planned for Moose going forward, I don't see what's achieved. I don't see what's achieved at all, to be honest. With Moose losing tonight, so certainly doesn't feel like this could be the guy to defeat Kenny Omega for that Impact World Championship, does it? Is Moose going to be the guy to defeat Kenny Omega? Well, he's just lost to Omega against the odds. He just lost to Chris Sabin tonight. Yes, he got all the offense, but he still lost at the end of the day. Very strange. Ace Austin is better than you says, I think it will lead to a feud with Moose and the returning heel James Storm versus the Motor City Machine Guns. I don't know. I really don't know that one. I thought Bradley's back. He's trying to get me to say terrible words, but he's back. The tag team title match is going to be next. The Fatal 4-Way tag team match. This is going to be a surprise, by the way, isn't it? Of course. Who's going to be Fallah Bahh's tag team partner? Von Ville says WWE killed the surprise roll-up. It's all the time. Raw's the worst for it. Raw is honestly the worst for it. Every single week, it's constantly surprise roll-up, surprise roll-up. It's just, Here comes Rich Swann. Rich Swann's going to come out next. Of course, he's going to be teaming with Willie Mack, which I know, of course, Willie Mack is I Faster Bradley's favorite name. Clem Lopez says, don't understand Moose losing. Me either. Me either. Eric Kenny says, that is a slap in the face for Moose. I was being facetious earlier. I thought he was going to win. I really thought that should have been a passing of the torch that can ruin his ego for wrestling. Out comes Willie Mack, of course, with Rich Swann. Willie Mack, he did an interview with, I think it was with Fightful this week, and told an amazing story about one of the first times he met Josh Alexander. It's either him or Josh Alexander has taken a dump on the toilet. It's incredible. If you haven't seen it, it's a great story. It's a great story. I'm not sure what Rich Swann's dancing is there as well. I think it's like dancing at a wedding. It's that bad. Well, here comes Fallah Bahh. So you wonder who's Fallah Bahh's tag team partner going to be? Who are we thinking? Who are we thinking his tag team partner is going to be? Because it's not TJP. Crowd are chanting Bahh. Who's the partner going to be? Who's the replacement going to be to Fallah? Mr. Bahh. Oh, it's going to be No Way Jose, I think. He said no, no, no. Way Jose. Here he is. It's No Way Jose. No Way Jose is in Impact Wrestling. There he is. No Way Jose is Fallah Bahh's tag team partner. His name is just No Way. And the Congo line is there as well. No Way Jose and Fallah Bahh. What is going on here at this point? So the surprises so far is Chelsea Green, Aiden English, No Way Jose. It's Johnny Swinger's in there as well. The Conga line's out with Fallah Bahh. They're not winning, that's for sure. They're not winning the titles. But No Way Jose is in Impact Wrestling. The surprises continue. The surprises continue for Impact Wrestling. I'm not sure if there was a huge demand for Impact Wrestling to sign No Way Jose, it must be said, but he's with Impact. There you go. Johnny Bravo's out there as well, dancing and singing around. Alicia Edwards out there. Johnny Swinger is wearing a coconut bra, which but No Way Jose is in Impact Wrestling. That's certainly surprising. You could argue that it would say no way. They're all dancing. No Way Jose, Fallah, Bahh, Willie, Mack, Rich Swann. I don't even know what's going on. Well, I'm excited because Violent by Design are going to come out and just beat the hell out of all these guys. Well, here come the Good Brothers. Put an end to this nonsense. Surely, though, I mean, there's no way that the Good Brothers are going to win tonight. I mean, there can't be. Right? I mean, there's no way that they can, the Good Brothers could win tonight because, again, all they do is lose. All they do is lose on Impact. They're some of the highest paid jobbers on the Impact roster. To be honest, though, I mean, there's a plug for New Japan Resurgence on screen right now. The Good Brothers are everywhere at the moment. Karl Anderson was on Fyter Fest this past week. Challenged Jon Moxley for the IWGP United States Heavyweight Championship. They're at Slammiversary tonight. They're competing for New Japan Pro Wrestling as well. George Kelly says, is anyone else worried about Fallah Bahh's health? I know he's supposed to be big, but as of late he looks really unhealthy. It's the Yokozuna conundrum, isn't it? You know, I guess it's something they have to pay attention to. It's a difficult subject to broach as well, to be honest with you. Here come Violent by Design. Here comes Eric Young, Deonna, Joe Doering, and Rhino. But Deanna's got a flag. Deanna's got a Violent by Design flag. The VBD flag. Orange and black. It's very Taz reminiscent, isn't it? It's almost like they keep going to Sean Ross Sapp on purpose. The amount of cameos that SRS has made tonight is crazy. These guys practically part of the Impact roster at this point. So my prediction was that Violent by Design were going to retain here. With some of the results tonight, I don't have a clue what's going to happen, but to be honest with you, who knows at this point, right? I thought Moose was going to win. I thought the Knockouts Tag Team titles would be not changing hands. I was wrong on all of those tonight, so who knows? But it looks like it's going to be Rhino and Joe Doering representing Violent by Design. So it's not an elimination match as far as I'm aware. It's one fall to a finish. So if you missed it, No Way Jose is in Impact Wrestling. He is Fallah Bahh's tag team partner. Well, he's not called No Way Jose. He's just called No Way. They've taken away the Jose. It's not No Way Jose. It's just No Way. Or they're saying, no, 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 way Jose. Joe Doering looks disgusted by all of this. I don't blame him. Jay What's Good says, peace to the live chat. Thanks for joining us, Jay. Officer McDankin says, Joe Doering seems a big candidate for Jim Cornette's favorite modern wrestler. I'm a big Joe Doering fan, I must say. I think Joe Doering's great. He's such a throwback. He's like a Stan Hansen, just, you know, nothing pretty, just lariats, punch you in the face. He's great. I'm a big Joe Doering fan. Oh, no way. I don't know what to call him. It's just no way. Or is it, what is it? We'll call him No Way Jose. Screw it. No Way Jose and Rich Swann are starting off this one. Oh, No Way Jose and Rich Swann, they were going for kicks, and now they went into some kind of a dance. And Karl Anderson's told them to get out because this is ridiculous. I agree, Karl. I agree. This is ridiculous. We have seen enough. Enough dancing. Let's actually have a match. George Kenny says, if Sabin can beat Moose, then the Good Bros should win this one. Well, the Good Brothers have not been winning anything so far. So, I mean, who knows? Who knows? The Good Brothers have been winning nothing on Impact Wrestling pay-per-views all year, let alone in recent months. Fallah Bahh's in the ring. Throws No Way Jose into Karl Anderson. Ooh, and a big bionic elbow, shades of the American Dream. Oh, Fallah Bahh with a kind of meant to be a side suplex that landed on Karl Anderson. Did not land that one very well at all, it must be said. Officer McDanky says, also, I hate modern day wrestling names. What's wrong with having a first name and last name and maybe an added nickname? Stuff's dumb. Well, you know. It's some of the names in WWE recently have been, laughable. You know, we've still got Happy Corbin to come soon. Although I must be said, I enjoyed Corbin's promo immensely this week on SmackDown. Double team by Willie Mack and Rich Swann. A splash and leg drop combination. Chuck says, just found this channel and will subscribe. I appreciate that, Chuck. You can join him by subscribing to the channel. Be sure to subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. Click the notification bell. We are going to be going live after Slammiversary tonight for a post-show reaction stream. We also will be going live tomorrow for a Money in the Bank watch-along, and then after Money in the Bank tomorrow for a reaction stream too. We also do daily news videos talking about WWE, AEW, and Impact Wrestling, so you can get all your pro wrestling fix here on the channel at WrestleNews365. Appreciate everyone that has subscribed and tuned in tonight so far. Smash a like on the like button if you have enjoyed Slammiversary as well. And, of course, if you do want to support the channel, you can do so by clicking the Super Chat, $, any contributions to the channel very much appreciated. As Doc Gallows is working on Rich Swann. I must say, Doc Gallows, a kick to the face. I must say, Doc Gallows' ring gear is looking pretty damn fresh tonight. Goes for a cover. Rich Swann kicks out. And now Gallows just laying in the elbows to Rich Swann. Of course, it was a year ago. It was a year ago that the Good Brothers signed with Impact Wrestling, right? They made their Impact debut at Slammiversary last year. Technically, they made it at midnight that day that they had signed with Impact. Once the clock struck midnight and their 90-day non-compete clause was up, it was announced they had signed with Impact Wrestling. They made their first appearance at Slammiversary after the main event, coming to the aid of the new Impact champion, Eddie Edwards. Doesn't that seem like a million years ago at this point? It really does. Dakota says, hi, thanks for joining us, Dakota. Hope you're enjoying Slammiversary tonight. Now Gallows just throws Rich Swann into the corner, tags in Karl Anderson, machine gun himself, and a boot to the back of the head of Rich Swann. Karl Anderson telling everyone to shut up. So we haven't, have Violent by Design even been tagged into this match so far? I don't think they have. I don't think they've been tagged in at all. They've Gallows just kicked the cameraman right in the middle of the lens, which is funny. Gallows with a big kick to the gut of Rich Swann. Rich Swann's been in the match pretty much since the start. VBD have just been sitting on the apron. They've just been chilling out. And a fall-away slam by Gallows this time. That's the third person to do the fall-away slam tonight. And a reverse elbow in the corner to Gallows to Rich Swann 2. Greyman Media says, glad to see Morrissey and the Walking Weapon win. Impact might be positioning them for an Impact/Wolves title shot. I absolutely can see Morrissey challenging for the title soon. I've been saying Josh Alexander's a future world champion for a while now. I agree with you. Certainly isn't going to be Moose to beat Kenny Omega for the Impact World Championship, considering that shocking result earlier on. Still trying to wrap my head around it. Don't know why or how they've come to that decision to do that for Moose, unless he's turning babyface. That's the only thing I can think, but it just felt very odd, that result earlier tonight. I don't get that at all, it must be said. Rich Swann still being worked on in the ring. Karl Anderson's got a side headlock locked in on the former Impact World Champion, of course. Rich Swann made his return last year after injury. He made his return after getting his ankle surgically repaired in the main event of Slammiversary. It was when Eric Young made his return to Impact Wrestling as well. Eric Young attacked Rich Swann at that event too. Crazy to think that was 12 months ago. Big LG goes for a elbow drop, but Rich Swann moves. We'll do a quick subscriber check. We're on 4,209. One more subscriber. We're on 4,210. Maybe you can be the 210. No Way Jose is tagged in by Rich Swann. Of course, you can tag in anyone. Doesn't have to be your tag team partner, I guess. No Way Jose with a hot tag. Crowd certainly feels a bit quieter in this one. I think they're a bit tired. And I'm just assuming it's probably boiling hot inside that arena. No Way Jose's bandana is nearly over his eyes. I don't think you can see. Big splash in the corner to Karl Anderson. No Way Jose. Oof, bit of a flatliner there. Cover. Karl Anderson kicks out. Jay What's Good 22 says Moose should have won against Chris Sabin. I agree, Jay. I agree. I'm still a bit confused by that one, it must be said. No Way Jose gets the boot up, hits the ropes. Karl Anderson, big double ace spine buster. Joe Doering's in, finally. Joe Doering's in the match for the first time. Breaks up the pinfall. Hasn't been officially tagged in. I think he's going to tag himself in. And now he's in. In comes Big Joe Doering. Now the match has got real. The modern day Stan Hansen. Oh, Joe Doering and Gallows are facing off right now. Joe Doering looks like he's lost a bit of weight, actually. He looks like he's leaned up a bit. Oh, big right hand by Gallows. I mean, Doering's bigger. I think Doering's taller. Oh, Gallows with a big boot to the face of Doering. Oh, boot to the gut this time. Oh, Gallows goes for a side kick. Oh, Gallows just grabs him by the throat. Doering grabs Gallows by the throat. Gallows going beat red, it must be said. All the competitors in the ring right now. Gallows and Doering are the legal competitors, but they're on the outside. Now, No Way Jose and Fallah Bahh and Willie Mack and Rich Swann are facing off in the ring right now. It's breaking down into a bit of a brawl. Swann, oh, man, he just kicked Fallah Bahh right in the face. Goes for, big clothesline in the corner to Fallah Bahh. Swann, what's he going for? Springboard. Oh, turned it into a Samoan drop. That was nice by Fallah Bahh. Oh, Willie Mack rolling forearm. Oh, Willie Mack just hit a Samoan drop on Fallah Bahh. That was impressive as hell. In comes No Way Jose. It's a lariat. Kind of misses him, to be honest. In comes the big heater himself, Joe Doering. Oh, Death Valley driver. Here we go. Big lariat. Oh, my God. Joe Doering just took No Way Jose's face off. Oh, my God. What a lariat. Cover 2. Oh, broken up. Rhino was trying to guard him. Man, that was a clothesline and a half by Joe Doering there. Man, that was great. Rich Swann and Willie Mack are working over Joe Doering. Oh, and they both get thrown out of the ring by Joe Doering. He's going to tag in Rhino. Is Rhino going to set up for a gore, maybe? I think that's what he's going for. Rhino setting up a gore. No way Jose might be in a bit of trouble here. Oh, in comes Karl Anderson. Gunstun by Karl Anderson to Rhino. Gallows is going to tag himself in. Oh, we're setting up for the Magic Killer. Gallows and Anderson. Magic Killer on Rhino. Hits it. Magic Killer. This is going to be it. 1, 2, 3. Good Brothers win. Of course they do. Of course they do. They don't win a match all year, and they're the new Impact Tag Team Champions. Good Brothers win. I mentioned as we were coming into this, I said they should be nowhere near the Impact Tag Team Championships, considering that they have lost every single match on Impact they've been this year in terms of their pay-per-view matches. All they've done is lose, so of course they become the Impact Tag Team Champions for the second time in their career. Now, I think what this is leading to now, this is leading to a main event, a lasting image rather at Slammiversary tonight. I think this is leading up to a lasting image tonight, where Kenny Omega will be holding up the Impact World Championship with his AEW World Championship. The Good Brothers will be holding up the Impact Tag Team Championships, and I think the Young Bucks will be holding up the AEW World Tag Team Championships. I'm very. It's very surprising. It's very surprising. But we've got new Impact Tag Team Champions. Looks like the Knockouts Championship match is next. So who's going to be Deonna Purrazzo's opponent? I just, like, don't get me wrong. Like, I get the Good Brothers being the tag team champions. I really do. Look, they're on 2 of the biggest contracts on the Impact Wrestling roster. They're 2 of the biggest stars, and they are on New Japan Pro Wrestling Television and AEW Television right now, in addition to Impact TV. So I totally get that. My point is that their booking all year on Impact TV is not how you would book someone that's going to win back the Impact Tag Team titles. I mean, you go back to, since they lost the titles in March, all they have done is lose. They lost to Finn Juice twice. They lost to Under Siege. They lost at Against All Odds. They've been losing on Impact. And, of course, that means that once it gets to Slammiversary, they win the titles back. Just like, okay. Ace Austin is better than you. Says, most of your predictions have been wrong. They have. I've got the Knockouts tag titles wrong. I got, what else did I get wrong? Chris Sabin, I got wrong. They're the ones I got right so far. The only ones I would say I got wrong are ones that I just didn't see the logic in it. I didn't see the reason to switch the Knockouts tag titles. I definitely didn't see a reason for Moose to lose tonight. I still don't understand that one. I think that's illogical. And I didn't see, the Violent By Design hadn't been tag team champions for that long. I felt that they were a faction that was getting over. They needed more heat behind them. And again, the Good Brothers have been booked just to lose all of their pay-per-view matches since March this year. So I was really surprised by that. But I think it's because, as I mentioned, the closing image of Slammiversary tonight, I think, is going to be the Elite standing tall with all the bouts once again. That's going to be Kenny Omega standing tall with the Impact Championship and the AEW World Championship. The Good Brothers standing there with their Impact Tag Team Championships. And I think the Young Bucks are going to show up. I might be wrong on that one. But I could see the Elite standing there with all the bouts. I think that might be the way to happen. But Invicta Atomweight champion Alicia Zappatella is there as well. So who do we think? Who do we think it's going to be? Who is Deonna Purrazzo's opponent going to be? Is it going to be Mickie James? Is it going to be Britt Baker? So far tonight, the surprising names we've seen Aiden English. Well, a vignette hyping up Aiden English. We've seen Chelsea Green. We've seen No Way Jose. Is the next one going to be Mickie James? Who is this mystery opponent going to be? Is it going to be Su Yung? I mentioned Su Yung. It's a possibility. But the Knockouts Championship match is next. Deonna Purrazzo is making her way into the ring as we speak. It's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time before we find out who this mystery name is going to be. Certainly been an interesting night of surprises. So we'll find out who this mystery opponent's going to be. Chuck says Thunder Rosa. Yeah, that could be a possibility. Who's it going to be? We're waiting. We're waiting. Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? We're waiting. It is. It's Thunder Rosa. Thunder Rosa is in Impact Wrestling. Oh, my words. Chuck was right. Thunder Rosa is in Impact Wrestling. Well, now we know this working relationship between Impact and NWA is real. It is very, very real. Thunder Rosa is in Impact. Whoo-hoo-hoo. I think we might see a new champion here as well. I do. I think... Oh, is Medusa there? I think Medusa's in the crowd as well. This is interesting as well because I think we... Oh, no, we're not going to see a new champion. I was going to keep thinking we're going to see a new champion because, of course, Thunder Rosa... Deonna Purrazzo is wrestling at Triple Mania, but it's in a title versus title match. So we know that she's going to leave. She's going to leave champion tonight. But I thought we could see a new champion. I thought we could see a new champion tonight because I think Thunder Rosa could win the Knockouts Championship. Then we could have Deonna Purrazzo, Thunder Rosa 2 at the NWA Empower show. But, ooh, this is going to be interesting. Deonna Purrazzo versus Thunder Rosa. What a match this is going to be. Yeah, Chuck called it. Chuck called it. He said, I wasn't actually expecting that. Wow, you were right. There's dueling chants of Thunder Rosa and Virtuosa. Thunder Rosa versus Deonna Purrazzo. It kind of makes you wish that they'd announced it ahead of time because people would have tuned in for this one. I mean, they'd tune in anyway, but talk about a mystery opponent that has delivered, right? The crowd are chanting, "This is awesome," and both these girls. Not surprised. I mean, it's a big time match. You know, it's not just for the Knockouts Championship. It's Thunder Rosa versus Deonna Purrazzo. It's a big deal. Bit of chain wrestling to start this one up. Thunder Rosa side headlock takeover. I believe. I mean, I might be wrong. Is this Thunder Rosa's first official appearance in Impact Wrestling? Has she ever wrestled for Impact in the past? I can't recall her ever competing for for Impact in the past. I mean, she's competed for obviously for the NWA, for Lucha Underground, AEW, and now Impact Wrestling. And it goes to show there is a working relationship between Impact and the NWA, my friends. Once again, collar and elbow tie-up. Beautiful arm drag by Thunder Rosa. Oh, they both go for an arm drag. Deonna Purrazzo and Thunder Rosa just staring off at each other. Leapfrog by Thunder Rosa. Goes for another one. Blocks another one. I think he's going to go for a backslide. This is going to be a technical wrestling classic. You feel, right? I mean... First near fall goes to the challenger of Thunder Rosa. I'm still crazy that Thunder Rosa's here. Thunder Rosa got in Deonna Purrazzo's face. Thunder Rosa gets in Deonna Purrazzo's face. Goes, "This isn't Mickie James. This is Thunder Rosa." So she's even referencing the Mickie James names. Aaron says, I wanted Killer Kelly. Officer McDankin says, honestly glad it wasn't Mickie James. LOL. Vonville says it's the first time that Thunder Rosa has been in Impact. I thought it was. Cover kicks out, does Deonna Purrazzo. So some of the surprises we've had so far tonight. Chelsea Green, Thunder Rosa, Aiden English, No Way Jose. Plenty of new names in Impact Wrestling. I don't know how long Thunder Rosa is going to be sticking around for, it must be said. Deonna Purrazzo, what's she going for? Draping DDT on the arm. Already starting the offense is Deonna Purrazzo on that arm. This is going to be it's going to be interesting. Crowd are chanting Virtuosa again. Clem Lopez says Thunder Rosa just wrestled in Jacksonville earlier today for Mission Pro. So she's traveling all over the place. Certainly put people off the scent, I guess. I mean, I certainly didn't see anyone stating that Thunder Rosa was going to be Deonna Purrazzo's opponent for tonight. I don't recall anyone saying that was the case. So a bit of separation from Thunder Rosa and Deonna Purrazzo. Charges. Oh, Deonna Purrazzo moves. Thunder Rosa goes crashing into the turnbuckle. Now Deonna's just stomping to the gut. Several shots to Thunder Rosa. Grayman Media says, real crowd or pipe noise? Real crowd, because you can tell, for instance, times like now, where it's legitimately goes quiet. They're not piping anything in. It's not like, for instance, WWE last night for SmackDown. Beautiful missile drop kick by Thunder Rosa there to Deonna Purrazzo. Like, for instance, last night on SmackDown, Grayman, there was, even though they had 14,000 there, they were still piping in reactions, which I didn't get. You don't need to. Part of the great thing of having crowds is they'll be loud when they want to be loud. They'll be quiet when they want to be quiet. They'll react to what they like, and if they're being quiet, that's not a good thing. And that's what you get with live crowds. That's why you've got to entertain them. That's what it is ultimately this is entertainment. So, and how long have we had to listen to piped in noise? We don't want to hear that anymore. Clothesline by Thunder Rosa. She's firing up right now. Oh, beautiful clothesline in the corner by Thunder Rosa. Now she's going to the top rope. Knees to the chest. Rolls through. Thunder Rosa is going to go for another big drop kick in the corner. Man. Just snaps Deonna Purrazzo's head right into the turnbuckle. Oh, bit of a hip toss there. Goes for a cover. And Purrazzo kicks out. Thunder Rosa saying that this could be the end. Just the old throat slash. We've also had several new champions crowned tonight. New Knockouts Tag Team Champions. New Impact Tag Team Champions too. Now Deonna Purrazzo is now going after him. And she's going in for the Fujiwara armbar. It's locked in. Fujiwara armbar is locked in by Deonna Purrazzo. This might be the end. She's trying to go for the Venus de Milo. She got it locked in. Oh, Thunder Rosa manages to float out. And now she's going in for a rear naked choke. I don't know if she's fully got it locked in, though, Thunder Rosa, it must be said. But she certainly got Deonna Purrazzo's back. Deonna Purrazzo's managing to get back to a vertical base. Counters. Now she's going back into the Fujiwara armbar. Doesn't look like Thunder Rosa, if she can get it properly locked in, it must be said. Crowd are chanting tap. Oh, what was that? That was a crazy move. Goes for another cover. Hooks the leg. Thunder Rosa kicks out and transitions straight into the Fujiwara armbar again. Beautiful. Of course, just one arm. It's the Fujiwara armbar. When she gets two locked in, it's the Venus de Milo. Oh, bit of a version of a Death Valley driver by Thunder Rosa there. I think she was going for a version of a Death Valley driver onto the knee. I don't know if she fully got her onto the knee. Oh, Purrazzo kicks out at 2. Again, Alundra Blaze, Medusa, whatever you want to call her, she's in the crowd tonight. I saw her there for a second when Thunder Rosa made her entrance. Oh, Deonna Purrazzo just slapped Thunder Rosa in the face. Thunder Rosa went up to the top rope, and Deonna Purrazzo just slapped her in the face. That was nasty. So they're fighting on the Thunder Rosa's on the top rope. Oh, headbutt sends Purrazzo down to the middle of the ring. What's she going for? Oh, double foot stomp to the back from the top rope by Thunder Rosa onto Deonna Purrazzo. Goes for a cover, stacks her up. Oh, Deonna Purrazzo kicks out. I mean, I might be wrong. I've been wrong a few times tonight, but I don't think Thunder Rosa is winning this one again because of the Triple Mania match. But that double stomp was nasty from the top rope, right between the shoulder blades. It's a real great match so far. I hope this means, though, as well, that she's going to be working the TV tapings tomorrow, Thunder Rosa. I would hope so. You would like to think so. Oof. They're trading chops right now. These are brutal. These are vicious. Think of the year that Thunder Rosa has had, by the way. Oh, pump kick by Deonna Purrazzo to the face of Thunder Rosa there. Thunder Rosa. Oh, another kick to the face of Deonna Purrazzo. Buzzsaw kick. Thunder Rosa's going to go for what's she planning here. Well, can she get her up? Oh, it worked for Thunder Driver. Rolls through 2. Oh, victory roll by Deonna Purrazzo. Kicks out at 2. Oh, and it's just a kick to the face by Purrazzo. Yeah, think of the year Thunder Rosa's had. She wrestled in the NWA, in AEW, now in Impact Wrestling. Oh, stuffed pile driver. Nice. 2, 3. Deonna Purrazzo wins the match and retains the Knockouts Championship. I mean, the expected result. I think everyone expected that Deonna Purrazzo was going to retain here again because of that Triple Mania match. But a fun match, that. Very fun match. Sean Rossap on camera again. How many? This guy's been on the show more than everyone else at this point. He's all over the show. I'm half expecting SRS to make a run in at this point. Oh, she's got a microphone, Deonna Purrazzo. So we might even see some more craziness. Oh, speaking of Mickie James, she's here. There is Mickie James. Mickie James is in Impact Wrestling. Mickie James has come out to our hardcore country theme. It's not over just yet. So it's Thunder Rosa. Here's Mickie James. God, how many more surprises are we getting tonight? Mickie James is in Impact Wrestling once again. Thunder Rosa is in Impact Wrestling once again. Chelsea Green showing up tonight. No Way Jose, Aiden English. Crowd are chanting welcome back. She's done It's crazy. Mickie James is now back at Impact. It's never stopped. Matt Striker and D'Lo Brown are singing hardcore country on commentary as well. Deonna Purrazzo says that this is her moment in her Knockouts division. they're saying she says she's not here to fight Deonna Purrazzo. They're setting something up, certainly. I think they might be setting up something for the NWA Empower pay-per-view. There, she just referenced it. Mickie James is inviting Deonna Purrazzo to come to Empower. Deonna Purrazzo says, of course, every company wants her on the show. She says that you're not letting her... Deonna Purrazzo said that Mickie James isn't letting her having her moment. Oh, Deonna Purrazzo says, grab your trash bag and get out of here. She references trash bag gate. Grab your trash bag, get out of here. Oh, Mickie James just slapped Deonna Purrazzo in the face. Oh, they're going face to face. They're going nose to nose. Oh, my God. Mickie James just kicked Deonna Purrazzo in the face. Mickie James says that is hardcore country. Well, I think we're going to get Mickie James versus Deonna Purrazzo at NWA Empower. Interesting. Interesting. So Mickie James is back. I don't know if she's back in Impact, but I think this is just set up an angle for NWA Empower. Pretty much says that that Deonna Purrazzo is going to be part of NWA Empower. So again, let's go back to some of these surprises that we've had tonight. What have we had? We've had Chelsea Green. We've had Aiden English, seemingly. We've had Mickie James, Thunder Rosa. We've had No Way Jose. It's just, this is crazy. So we've got Impact Homecoming they've just promoted there. They're talking about Bound for Glory October 23rd. October 23rd, where are they going? It looks like October 23rd, Bound for Glory is going to be in Vegas. Yes. The announcement has just been made. Bound for Glory, it's going to Las Vegas indeed. There you go, Bound for Glory, going to Vegas. I wonder if they'll get Shamrock back for that one. He's a Vegas guy, of course. Oh, I just saw AAA and New Japan Pro Wrestling featured in that video package. They look like they're going to co-promote that show. Is that Bound for Glory going to involve New Japan and AAA? How crazy is that? Well, it looks like it's going to be main event time. It's going to be main event time for the Impact World Championship. It's going to be Sami Callihan versus Kenny Omega. Oh, this is crazy. So I'm still trying to digest what we just saw, what we saw there. So we had Deonna Purrazzo defeat Thunder Rosa in a pretty good match, and then after that we have Mickie James come out. Invite Deonna Purrazzo to NWA Empower. Deonna Purrazzo says, I appreciate you telling me you respect me, but you don't because you took my moment. She says, take your trash bag and get out of here. And Mickie James just kicks her in the face. Obviously, I guess, setting up an angle. But what a show. What a show this has been so far. I'm just thinking, like, whenever I do these... whenever I do the post-show like reaction streams, I do like, I'll just take a screen grab of what's the closing moment of the show and put it as the thumbnail. And now I'm just thinking there's so much in the thumbnail that I've got to put in. I'm gonna have to put in the closing moments of this match. I'm gonna have to put in Thunder Rosa, Mickie James, Aiden English, No Way Jose. Crazy. Crazy. Don Callis. Don Callis. I find it funny. That promo is funny when he goes when he's talking about being fired, and he says, "Really, you want to fire me, the guy that gave you the biggest effing pay-per-view in your history?" TNA's a lot says the taping's next, but good to see Impact original Mickie James back. Well, this is going to be the interesting thing, isn't it? I mean, Officer McDenkins says that he's going to the tapings tomorrow. So, so how exciting is that? Some of the names you're going to be seeing tomorrow: Aiden English, Noe Jose, Chelsea Green, Mickie James, maybe Thunder Rosa as well. Maybe even some others. I mean, there's still time. There's still time. So very exciting, very exciting. I mean, there's so much to talk about, isn't there, in the post-show stream? I believe as well, as they were looking at the video package for this, I believe I did see something come up on my phone talking that there was going to be some news about all of these debuts in a second. Well, we also had, of course, we had Juice Robinson. We had Juice Robinson and David Finlay as well tonight. Finn Juice are back in Impact. Ugh, it's just there's been so much going on. And we had an Ultimate X match to start the show, which was nuts. You had the Super Canadian Destroyer off Josh Alexander's shoulders. That was crazy. Oh, this show's been crazy. Here comes Sami Callihan, because it's main event time. Main event time. I must say it's been a real fun show, hasn't it? A real fun show. Having the crowd back obviously has helped the show exponentially, but it's different. It's different than, like, you know, for SmackDown last night, you had 14,000 fans there, and you had the energy, almost the electricity. It's a different presentation for Impact, isn't it? When it's only, you know, 60, 70 people inside of a small space, it's a different kind of atmosphere. You don't have the huge, you know, constant noise. You have, you know, fits and spurts of quietness and then noise, but it's different, and it works just as well. But we've got to wait for the Kenny Omega entrance coming next as well. The crowd are chanting Death Machine. I love Don Callis' entrance music. It's like someone getting married, isn't it? It's so great. I know people don't like him, but I'm a Don Callis fan. I really am. Because he's too much, isn't he? He really is too much. It comes out of his wedding music. And there he is. There is Don Callis. The invisible hands. Crowd are booing him. Because, of course. The crowd are chanting, "You got fired." He's milking it. And here comes Kenny by God Omega. I wonder if he'll have the new Impact Tag Team Champions with him as well. And there he is, with his mutton chops and all. With his tribute to Harley Race. He's got all the belts with him. He's got the Impact World Championship, the AEW World Championship, the TNA World Heavyweight Championship, and the AAA Mega Champion. I tell you, you sort of forget how great that AEW title looks. It really does look great, doesn't it? Crowd are chanting "You suck" to Kenny Omega as he's making his entrance. Don Callis is furious. Interesting that Omega put all the bouts down on the stage, apart from the Impact World Championship. Some people have criticized him, you know, during this Impact run, saying that, you know, he disrespects the title, and when he was letting other people wear him and all that kind of stuff. I didn't lean too much into it. I thought it was stupid. Like another Sean Ross Sapp cameo there, because he's all over this show. He's just constantly on this show. At this point, every time the camera goes past, he just stares into the camera. I think Callihan just nicked a sign. There he is. He's carrying around a sign saying #and new. My prediction, that is Omega retains. That's been my prediction from the start. What are your last minute predictions here? Who do we think leaves as the Impact World Champion? Does the Omega reign come to an end, or does it continue? Looks like David Penzer's nearly losing his voice. I mean, it's still great to have Dave Penzer as a ring announcer. I mean, we're going back to WCW days, aren't we? But he's losing his voice. I wonder if he can do the as Penzer does the announcement for Kenny Omega. The crowd are chanting, "F him up, Sami." I wonder if he will. I wonder if he will. I think Omega leaves the world champion. That's my prediction for this one. Miguel Lee says Kenny Omega. Bria says Omega retains. And Don Callis takes the microphone away from Dave Penzer. Going to do his best Paul Heyman impression. He just called Dave Penzer slapnuts. Nice tribute to Jeff, to Double J. Crowd are chanting, "You got fired." I mean, honestly, another Sean Ross Sapp cameo. It's getting outrageous at this point. I mean, the camera is literally focused on him. But I tell you what, I don't know if you've seen the shoes that Don Callis is wearing right now are tremendous. I mean, they are really tremendous. They are pink shoes. He looks like Dorothy. Louis, was it Lewis? How do you pronounce it? Louis says Sami Callihan wins. So he's going with Callihan. He calls Kenny Omega the king of the deathmatch. Tougher than Jon Moxley. Tougher than Nick Gage. Greater than Mack and Hackenschmidt. Gotch, Strangler, Lewis Flair. Vern Gagne, Nick Bockwinkel. Oh, come on. Don Callis just said he's better than Terry Funk. Jesus, Don. Don't say that. You can't say that right now. I can't believe he went there. I cannot believe that Don Callis has just said that. I'm not sure how I feel about him saying that about Terry Funk, Don. Although you know for a fact that Terry Funk would love it if he heard that. Well, Callahan's going for ringing the bell. He's going to go for the pile driver straight away. Oh my God, he just hit a pile driver. This might be it. 1, 2. Oh my God, that was close. I thought they were going to go for a 2-second match. I think Don Callis is getting on commentary. Don Callis is going on commentary. Of course, this is a no disqualification match, by the way. It's a no DQ match, remember, as well. So steel chairs are being thrown in the ring. But I'm Don Callis on commentary is great, so I'm all for it. Don Callis stole Matt Striker's chair, by the way. Cue the social media going into overdrive because he mentioned Jon Moxley and Nick Gage. Imagine Nick Gage shows up. Imagine they both show up, Moxley and Gage. Steel chair. Sami Callihan's got a steel chair. He was gonna hit Kenny Omega in the back. Sits down on the chair and puts in a reverse chin lock. He shouted wrestling. Crowd are certainly firmly behind Sami Callihan. There's no doubt about that. Sami Callihan's reaching into his pockets. He's got a fork. No, he wouldn't. He's got a fork in his hand. He wouldn't do a fork to Kenny Omega. Oh, Omega's trying to block it. Shades of Abdullah the Butcher. Oh, kick to the face. Oh. Omega ducks. Oh, a big right hand by Omega. Callis calling Callihan a piece of garbage on commentary. Omega hits the ropes, goes for a sunset flip. Callihan's trying to fight his way out of it. What's he reaching for? Reaching for the ropes. Oh, he's got a pizza cutter. He's got a pizza cutter in his hand. He's going to try and... Oh, my God. He's using the pizza cutter on the head of Kenny Omega. Oh, my goodness. Oh, this is going to go... This is going to get violent. Sami Callihan just took a pizza cutter to Kenny Omega's head. Don Callis is saying this is BS. I think Omega's going to get color. There's no way. They're zooming in tight on Callihan's face, so there's no way that Omega's not going to be busted open. He used a pizza cutter on the face of Kenny Omega. There he is. Kenny Omega's got color. Kenny Omega's bleeding. I mean, we are literally, what, a minute into this match. Kenny Omega's already busted. Oh, my God, he's using the pizza cutter on his head. Oh, these kind of matches make me cringe. Oh, my God, he's using the pizza cutter to his head. Oh, it makes your toes curl. Oh, my God. Kenny Omega is bleeding like a stuffed pig. Oh. I mean, he's using a pizza cutter. This is outrageous. Oh, he's not going to do it again. Don't do it again. Don't do it again. Oh, my God. I mean, it must be like, I mean, but not to, like, you know, peek behind the curtains, but it must be gimmicked, right? It's got to be gimmicked. Don Callis says it's ECW BS. I mean, Omega's legitimately, he is bleeding here. Oh, Omega's face is covered in blood. Omega's starting to fight back now, right hands. I still think that Omega wins though, I must say. But to be honest, if Omega's busted open after, like, what, a couple of minutes, there's no way that Callihan doesn't get busted open. Chops and right hands by Omega to Callihan. There's still a pizza cutter in the middle of the ring, it must be said. Oh, beautiful Death Valley driver by Sami Callihan and Kenny Omega. That was just... Well, Sami Callihan said all the offense here. He's the one certainly in control. George Kenny says, if Sabin beats Moose, if the Good Brothers win the title, Sami might win, but he should not. It's a good point. Sami Callihan's mocking up. He's mocking. Oh, trash can lid to the head by Omega. Sami Callihan was mocking Kenny Omega. Omega's trying to fire up. Of course, again, he's busted open. He's bleeding. He bladed after like 30 seconds in this match. What an event this has been so far. My gosh. Oof. You can hear. I don't know if you heard there. You can hear Josh Matthews on headsets directing, saying that they're gonna go to the replay. We're gonna do this. They're gonna do that. Oh. Oof. They're doing cookie sheets and everything to the head. Sami Callihan's just giving Omega middle fingers. Oh my God. That was legit to the head. I'm not sure how I feel about it. He just got a slippery when wet sign right to the skull of Sami Callihan. My God. That was nasty. I mean, to be honest, considering again, because if you get someone that's been busted open after the first couple of minutes of the match, where do you go from that? You go to, I guess, thumbtacks and glass. We're getting all sorts of crap here. Yeah, Mega's doing some crazy matches this year. He's doing exploding barbed wire death match. He's now doing this crazy match with Sami Callihan in the main event at Slammiversary. He ain't afraid to do all sorts of stuff. Omega doing You Can't Escape. Oh, lands on his feet. Can't see because he's got the blood in his eyes. Moves over trash can onto the ankles of Sami Callihan. Missed. To be honest, he missed. Oh, and an elbow drop using the trash can. It's a good point Don Callis just made on commentary. Kenny Omega goes for a cover. Callihan kicks out of one. He says he's going to snap his ankle like Conor McGregor. And Matt Striker goes, that's horrible. And then Callis raises a good point. He goes, he just took a pizza cut to the guy's head. I don't think you realise what horrible is right now. They're selling that Don Callis is nervous on commentary. Omega's wedging the steel chair in the corner. Obviously has plans for it. Grabs Callihan by the hair. Oh, lays in a couple of chops. And another one. He's going to send Callihan into the corner. Callihan reverses. Oof, goes to send Omega in. Oh, reverse elbow. Omega, he's going one-winged angel. He's up, one-winged angel. Oh, Callahan's trying to fight out. What are they planning for? Rolls through. Oh my God. Omega just reversed a roll-up, a kick out right into the steel chair. Callahan's getting color. You can see him blading. He's already got the blade out. He's giving it that. I think Callahan's gonna have color. Immediately you saw it. You can always tell as well because they just zoom in on one guy, focus on him for a few seconds. Callahan's gonna be busted open. I think Callis just picked up the blade as well. Oh my God, Sami Callihan's like bladed deep as well. Oh my God. Sami Callihan has taken a razor blade and decided just to slice his face off. My God. This is messy. This is messy. Oh my God. It's dripping out of Sami Callihan's head. I mean, he has literally juiced himself pretty deep, I must have said. Omega's got a fork and he's driving it into the head now. Oh God. Said it always makes me feel uncomfortable watching these ones. Oh my God. It's funny because you know when like you're a kid and you watch these matches, you don't really realize what's going on. Now when you're a bit older, man, you can see Callahan's legit busted. Oh my God. Sami Callihan's now stabbing himself in the head with a fork. Oh my God. Oh, he's putting the fork in his mouth. Oh my God, I can't even watch. This is violent. Oh my God. Ugh. Man, this is graphic. This is far more graphic than I ever thought this match was going to get. I mean, Callihan's bleeding a lot, by the way, like a lot. More than I thought. I mean, Omega's hand is dripping with blood. Oh. Omega's trying to get the cameraman to lick the fork that's got blood all over it. I mean, literally, Callihan's. I think Omega's cut his hand open. By the way, Omega's hand's dripping blood. I mean, this is brutal. Don't throw him into the crowd. Oh my God. I mean, Omega just threw Callihan into the barricade. I know. Obviously, we're living at light at the end of the tunnel, and I would hope that most people in that building have been vaccinated. But I still would be like, I'm not sure how I feel about Sami Callihan bleeding all over me at ringside. My God. Oh, Callihan's just... Callihan's literally dripping with blood at this point. Callihan's a big... he goes to chop Kenny Omega. Omega moves and he just chopped the ring post. Omega, back suplexes Callihan onto the apron. This match is brutal. I think Omega's thinking tables here. Yeah, he's getting out tables. I think they're going to set a table on fire or something. I mean, the stuff they've been doing in this match so far, anything's a possibility. Be sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner, we're going to be going live after Slammiversary for a post-show reaction stream as well. We'll talk about this main event. We'll talk about everything that's happened tonight. Oh, my God. Omega just broke a table over the back. God, he might broke Sami Callihan's ribs. Callihan looks in a lot of pain. He's bleeding like a stuffed pig. The table looks to be broken in the middle. I mean, again, after Kenny Omega got color after the first couple of seconds in this match, again, you had to realize, where are they going to go? I'm just waiting for thumbtacks. I'm waiting for broken glass, because obviously they're doing everything here. Omega setting up another table here. Chuck says, getting wrestler's blood on you was a badge of honor. Had it happen quite a few times in Texas. To be honest, I mean, I kind of agree, to be honest. It's just it's the pandemic era, isn't it? That's the thing. But I agree. I mean, if I went to a show and I had some flicks of the wrestler's blood on me, I'd probably frame the shirt, to be honest, get it on the wall. Omega's thinking Snapdragon suplex from the apron through the table. Don't do it. He'd kill Sami Callihan if he did it. Oh, Callahan's biting. He's biting the hand. He's biting the hand of Omega. What's he thinking? There's a table set up. Callihan and Omega trading shots, trading chops, trading right hands. Oof. Oh, they're trading right hands. Oh, a thumb to the eye by Omega. They're standing on the table. There's no way is it going to hold. Is it going to hold? Oh, they're standing on the table. They're going for a pile driver. Is it going to hold? Callihan blocks it. Oh, he's got a handful of the Crown Joys. Oh, is the table going to hold? Oh, he's going to go for a pile driver on the table. Is it going to hold? Oh, pile driver through the table to Kenny Omega. Oh, my God. Don Callis is going to throw up on commentary. God, man, these two guys are beating the hell out of each other. Look at this. They're doing the pile driver through the table. God. I mean, how many pinfalls attempts have there been in this match at this point? I mean, there haven't been any. They're just beating the crap out of each other. And bleeding all over the impact zone. Hell of a main event. It's got to be said so far. I mean, you can't disagree with that. And yeah, credit to Omega. The schedule this guy's keeping up. What's he got now? He's got plywood. What's Callihan? Callihan just getting. There's plywood. He's getting out. Oh, I thought it was barbed wire. Oh, he threw it. It landed on Kenny Omega's back. Not bad. Yeah, Von Ville says only one at the beginning. I thought so. There's been like one pinfall attempt, hasn't there? It's been that, apart from that, just beat the hell out of each other. Haven't been a lot of false finishes or anything like that. What is that? So they've got a bit like plywood. It's like reflective though. I don't really know what it is. Oof. Callihan hits a garbage can to the head of Kenny Omega. Crowd chanting along for Callihan. Oof. Just slams Omega's face into the trash can there. Oh, once again. Oh, Omega's now starting to fight back after Callihan was slamming his face into the garbage can. Omega hits the ropes. Oh, sidewalk slam. Oh, on the top of the trash can. Oh, is he going for? Oh, power bomb through the plywood. Is this going to be it? Cover. 1, 2. Oh, Omega kicks out. Again, I think he's still going to retain. I still do think so. Again, you wonder when is there going to be shenanigans? Are there going to be shenanigans? The crowd are chanting. The crowd are chanting, "This guy sucks." I think Don Callis was someone in the crowd. Now what is Callihan going after? Oh my God. He's got a steel chair wrapped in barbed wire. Oh dear. Oh my word. Underneath the steel ring steps, Sami Callihan had hidden a steel chair with barbed wire wrapped around it. I mentioned barbed wire. I mentioned thumbtacks. I mentioned broken glass. We're getting barbed wire. This is going to get nasty. What is Callihan's going to go for? He's going for Razor's Edge. Oh, Omega manages to fight out. Oh, V-trigger. Oh, leg drop onto the barbed wire. Omega power bombs Callihan onto the barbed wire steel chair. V-trigger. Oh, V-trigger, knee to the face. That's got to be it. He grabbed the ropes. Should that work in a no disqualification match? Should that even break? I'm not sure if that should break the fall in a no disqualification match. Don Callis was going crazy on commentary, calling Sami Callihan a troll. He a V-trigger and went, "Eat that, you troll." Don Callis is going crazy. And if you are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, bottom right hand corner. Smash a like on the like button too. As Kenny Omega puts Sami Callihan on the top rope. Oh, big chop to Callihan once again. Oh, now he's biting. Bites the open wound of Sami Callihan. Superplex. Oh, through the plywood on the trash can, and oh, Callihan kicks out through the plywood on the trash can onto the barbed wire steel chair as well. Chuck says, as a wrestling fan for 40 years, rope breaks always count. Sometimes they don't, though. In certain matches, they don't. Obviously, in a normal match, of course they do. But in certain matches, they don't. Because they've had, in like hardcore matches and stuff like that, grab the rope means nothing. One winged angel all floats out. Callihan, what's he going for? Oh, he was going for something. Omega manages to float through. Oh, boot to the face. Oh, chop. Callihan's grabbing the barbed wire steel chair. What's he going for now? Oh, he's going for a tombstone. Oh, my God. Tombstone power driver onto the barbed wire steel chair. Oh, he kicked out. Whew. That was close. I was very, very close. Callihan hits a tombstone onto the barbed wire steel chair. He didn't hook the leg, just kind of falls over Omega, and Omega kicks out at 2.5. The crowd are chanting, "This is awesome." What next? I guess the question is, what next? What are they going to do now? Callihan's trying to fire up. Callihan's firing up. Omega's on the outside, though. We've had barbed wire. We've had tables. We've had forks. We've had pizza cutters. We've had... I mean, what's next? Again, we're talking thumbtacks. I mean, are we thinking fire? What else are we thinking? Oh, powder in the face. Powder in the face of Sami Callihan. Callihan's going to throw up. Callihan's like nearly vomiting here. Oh, what the hell is he doing? Oh, Callihan thinks he's got Omega. Oh, my God. He just hit a pile driver on Brian Hebner. Oh, my God. We've got the Impact World Championship bout. Oh, off the skull of Sami Callihan. But there's no referee. There's no referee. What are they going to do? Omega saying thumbs up, thumbs down. Pile driver. Pile driver to Kenny Omega. But there's no referee to count to 3. Omega's the referee's been taken out. Here comes the referee. 1, 2. Oh, Callihan kicks out. Oh, and Omega's just taken out a referee. A right hand to the referee. He's taken out. So 2 referees have been taken out. Sami Callihan hit a pile driver on Brian Hebner. Kenny Omega hit the other official in the face. What's next? Here come the Good Brothers. Oh, that's Chris Sabin and Eddie Edwards. The Good Brothers were going to come out. Sabin and Eddie Edwards are brawling with the Good Brothers. I told you we were going to get shenanigans. In this. Oh, Callihan, stuff pile driver. This is going to be it. Referee, 1, 2. Oh, Omega kicks out. Oh, Omega kicks out of the stuff pile driver. I thought that was going to be it there. I will be honest. I thought that was going to be it. Omega kicks out. Don Callis is losing his mind on commentary. He said it's BS. Oh, if you're enjoying this match, smash a like on the like button. Crowd are chanting Sami, Sami, Sami. Whew. Again, you can hear Josh Matthews on telling everyone how close it was. Oof. Man, that was a great near fall. That really was a great near fall. Oh, I said we were going to get thumbtacks. Well, I think it's thumbtacks. Put it this way. Sami Callihan's got a black bag. It's either thumbtacks or it's broken glass, or maybe even worse, it could be both. Callihan has got a black bag, which can only mean one thing, and it's not good. What's inside the bag, as they would say. Oh, it is thumbtacks. Thousands and thousands and thousands of thumbtacks have been spread across the ring. Kenny Omega is looking on in horror because it looks like someone's going to take a bath in some thumbtacks. Callihan saying time up. Oh, wait a minute. Don Callis. Don Callis has gone off commentary now. Callis is on the apron. No way Don Callis goes in there. Oh, he tries to chase. He tries to hit Callis. Oh, he reached for a thumbtack in the face. Oh, V-trigger to the face of Sami Callihan. I can't believe Kenny Omega just threw it. Oh, when Omega's loading up a V-trigger. He's putting thumbtacks in the knee. He's putting thumbtacks in his own knee. And now he's going to go for a V-trigger that has thumbtacks in the knee. Oh, my God. A V-trigger that had thumbtacks in his knee. This might be it. 2. Oh, Callihan kicks out. He's got to put him away with one winged angel, I think he's going to have to be. Oh, what's he doing now? He's got thumbtacks in his hand. Oh, no, he's going to put... he's trying to put... He's putting thumbtacks in his mouth. He's putting thumbtacks in Callihan's mouth. Another V-trigger. Oh, and he's got thumbtacks in his mouth and a V-trigger in his face. Is this going to be it? Is this finally going to be it? One winged angel. It's going to be onto the thumbtacks. One winged angel, not onto thumbtacks. One winged angel onto the thumbtacks. Oh my goodness. 1, 2, 3. Kenny Omega retains. Whoa, what a match. I was, not huge on the match going in, but my God, what a match. I mean, again, I predicted that Omega was going to retain, but my God, what a match. I mean, it had bows and whistles to the nth degree, but Kenny Omega is still the Impact World Champion, and that was a pretty badass match, it must be said. Don Callis is screaming at Sami Callihan. A one-winged angel into the thumbtacks, and still the Impact World Champion. It's Kenny Omega. And of course, the Good Brothers are once again the once again the Impact Tag Team Champions. My God, I mean, these guys just absolutely destroyed each other. Credit to Sami Callihan and Kenny Omega. That was, I mean, truly one hell of a main event. It was awesome. I wasn't sold on that Slammiversary main event. Man, did they deliver. Man, did they deliver. You got to take your hat off to them. And Omega retains, which is, again, what I thought was going to be the case. I think Omega drops the championship at Bound for Glory. That was what I thought would probably happen. Remains to be seen who is going to be the one to take the title off of Kenny Omega. For me, I would suggest it's probably going to be, again, Josh Alexander, or maybe... well, Moose lost tonight, so I don't know about that. Well, when the lights have gone out, what the hell's going on here? Well, no, Bullet Club logo. The Bullet Club logo's going... What the hell is this? Oh my God, it's Jay White. Jay White's here. No way. Oh my God, Jay White's in Impact Wrestling. The leader of the Bullet Club, Jay White, has just showed up at Impact Wrestling. Oh my God, Jay White's here. Jay White is inside the Impact Zone. And he's staring off of Kenny Omega. What the hell is going on? The crowd are shocked. He's stepping over all of this craziness at ringside because Jay White's just showed up. Maybe Jay White versus Kenny Omega inside Impact Wrestling. He's got his Never Openweight Championship. I'm shocked. So what's going on? Kenny Omega's just retained the Impact World Championship, and Jay White is in Impact Wrestling. The hell is going on? Jay White is staring off with Kenny Omega. He's entering a ring with thumbtacks and barbed wire, and the Switchblade is looking at the cleaner. The crowd are just waiting. They don't know what is going on. I don't know what's going on either. They're saying to throw it up. No way is Jay White going to join with the Good Brothers in Impact. The crowd are chanting no. Omega's not putting his hand up in the air. What the hell is going on? They went off the air. What? That's got to be a botch. Surely that's got to be a botch. They've just gone off the air. No, they can't do that. Surely they can't do that. I mean, the feed has just gone off the air. I don't know if something's going on. I don't know if that was meant to happen. I don't know if what has happened, but the feed has stopped. That's got to be a botch. The show's literally gone off air in mid-segment. And so I think something was meant to happen, and they've just gone off the air. What the how? And now it's just coming up saying good night from Impact Wrestling. I guess that's over. That has to be a botch. That has to be a botch. I mean, unless it's a cliffhanger, but I mean, you just don't do that. Well, now we're getting the empty signal going up. I don't know what's going on. It's over. Oh my word! Oh my word! I cannot believe that they have just done that. I can't believe they've just done that. I mean, that was such a great ending as well. That was such a great ending, and they've just ended on. Right. Well, guys. Right. What we're going to do? I guess it's a cliffhanger. What we're going to do? We're going to go to the